You're listening to Football Friday Night on demand exclusively on 600 ESPN El Paso. Stay up to date with high school football scores, updates, and news by downloading the free 600 ESPN El Paso mobile app.
Adrian Broadus subbing in for Bo Bagley alongside Paul McKinnon. We are bringing you another edition. It is week 7 of Football Friday Night, and we are taking this show on the road, Paul, for our 915 Tours game of the week. It is the Franklin Cougars 3-3 taking on the Eastwood Troopers 3-3 on the season. Great to be back with you, and always great to pry you away from our studios to see some live football action.
Yeah, glad to be pried, by the way. And what a better game. You know, win or lose, both these teams coming off depressing losses a week ago. You know, they're re-examining, where their teams are this season. But this game, year after year, regardless of the records, is always a fun one. I think Eastwood got him, 38-31 last year, Shea Smith's final year. The year that Franklin won district, 2021, I think it was, 40, 48, 42, something like that. So seems like over the last decade at least, Franklin Eastwood, always a shootout.
Always a shootout, indeed. We've got a great slate of games here tonight for our Week 7 action of high school football. Let's start off and hit our Ignitify scoreboard here for tonight. A busy night here out at Eastwood High School as we get ready to cover Franklin Eastwood here tonight. Hanks taking on Del Valle. Steve Escajeda will have the coverage of that matchup. The Conquistadores 5-0 on the season. Meanwhile, the Hanks Knights off to a great start, 4-1 on the year. This one taking place here, and we'll get an update from Steve Escajeda in just a second. Joey Panisi will be covering Clint Austin. Excellent matchup. Panthers 4-1 on the year. Clint 2-2, 2-4 on the season. Paul, trying to keep their postseason hopes alive.
Yeah, and Austin had a little bit of a breather last week. Sat their quarterback, the big fullback Oscar Flores, the one who finished the Atleta game a couple of weeks ago. 5 carries, 77 yards, including the 32-yard run on 4th and 3 to win that huge game. But I think those guys are all rested. Talked to Joey Panisi. Says Anakin Torres, the starting quarterback, didn't play last week. Back out there healthy and hale and ready to go.
Yeah, I totally agree on that one. Let's go to the next game. It's Irvin, 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in district play. They're taking on Mountain View. They're 3-3 on the year, 2-2 in district play. Joe Rodriguez out at that matchup right there. Excellent 4A matchup. Paul, we talked a lot of 4A football last week. We talked a lot of 4A football the week before. And again, another week of excellent 4A football.
Yeah, we talked about 4A is going to be one of the fun ones. 5A District 2 and the 4A this year. So many teams, so many chances. Mountain View coming off a huge win last week. Arch rival Clint, the walk-off. Omar Nevada's in overtime, the 25-yard TD run. He's been back for 2 weeks from an injury that knocked him out a couple of weeks ago. Remember, he missed all of last season with an ACL. Coincidence, last couple of weeks, Mountain View has won those contests. Again, Nevada's, he's going to be the driving force as they take on an Irvin team that's a lot better than they've been over the last several years. They're 2-1 in that district.
Yeah, and going over to another one, J.D. Sursley, he's got El Dorado 6-0, perfect season, trying to keep their perfect record alive. They're traveling to Northeast El Paso, taking on the Parkland Matadors, just 1-5 on the season there. Another matchup to mention here today, this is a district matchup, Horizon, 0-3 in district play, trying to get their first win in district here so far. They're taking on the Burgess Mustangs, 1-3 on the season, 2-4 overall. It's Sebastian Perez Navarro on the coverage for that matchup there, Paul.
An interesting game for Burgess, actually a must-have. Basically because, you look at that district and you see Del Valle. They're not just the best team in that district, best team in the city. Canutillo, pretty darn close, but not there. Del Valle showed that a few weeks ago at Lowenberg Stadium. And then you have Chapin that's playing well. Those look like the 3 front runners for those 4 playoff spots. And then you have Andrus, Hanks, and Burgess hopes that they could possibly be the 3rd team. The good thing for them, Hanks already beat him by a touchdown last week. If they're able to get through Horizon tonight, they get Andrus next week. Same Andrus team that beat Hanks. I think it was an overtime, 49-42 by 7. So what the Burgess Mustangs are thinking, okay, get past Horizon tonight. Next week, we find a way to beat Andrus by more than 7 points. If that happens, and there's a 3-way tie for that 4th and final playoff spot at the end of the year, the Burgess Mustangs, by virtue of winning tonight, versus Anderson. The only loss they would have to have the rest of the way. Del Valle is much better than they are. You can't hope against hope. But if they're able to accomplish that, there's a chance that they would advance, become the fourth and final playoff spot out of 5A District Division 2.
Yeah, that's a really good point there, Paul. I mean, that Horizon Burgess game kind of makes me feel a little bit like this Franklin Eastwood game, but for different districts and for different, obviously different sides of the town. But want to also mention this one, speaking of other town, out at the SAC, it's Pebble Hills in District 1 6A play, taking on Montwood, who is 1-5 on the season. Montwood 1-1 in the year in district play. Meanwhile, Pebble Hills 1-0 in district play. Pebble Hills coming off a big win against Coronado last week. Meanwhile, Montwood, an upset victory against this Franklin Cougars team that we'll see here tonight, Paul.
Yep. What a strange game that was, and you and I were following it from the studio, of course, but Montwood controlled things early. What a surprise that was, 0-5 coming into the contest. Looked like Franklin reestablished, okay, we're the powerhouse, start running. I think Ernie Powers went for 256 yards, something like that, controlling him with a ground game, but then that fourth quarter, Montwood bounced back, a couple of touchdowns, including Adrian Cortinas, a 19-yard touchdown catch with just 2 seconds left on the clock to send Franklin away with a disappointing loss, and that's how they come here to Trooper Stadium tonight against an Eastwood team. That's one district actually had a 16-game district win streak snapped last week by Eastlake. So as I said, both of these teams coming in a little disappointed. They got rocked last week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, when we talk about this game here tonight, that's the perfect segue in our 915 Tours game of the week. Franklin 1-1 in the year in district play, 3-3 on the season. Similar record, actually identical record here as the Troopers, 1-1 on the season, 3-3 in overall here on the season for the Troopers. How do you like both teams here, Paul? Both teams coming in needing a win here tonight. That's why this one became our 915 Tours game of the week. Winner puts themselves in a good position to make postseason play in whatever capacity that is. Both these teams obviously still in the mix for a district title. You lose this game, well, it's an uphill battle after that.
Yeah, the thing I'm going to look at, when you talk about Eastwood, you seldom talk about defense, but how is their defensive front seven going to be able to handle the Franklin running game? Because Franklin's going to bring it at you. They love to attack the edges with Powers. As I said, he went for 250-ish last week, but they do run for more than 300 yards weekly. In fact, closer to 400 yards between him and the junior back Atreyu De La Riva. They're able to pound it in there. And even the quarterback Lucas Garza to some extent, especially in short yardage, he's an option. If the Eastwood defense or any defensive front seven, is able to stand up to that ground attack, I'm not sure what else Franklin has. They always get a couple of flash plays from Santiago Pettis, that nice sophomore receiver. But otherwise, they've got to ground it out. If they're not able to, they're not going to succeed. If Eastwood's able to stop them, it's going to be an Eastwood win tonight. But if that I would not bet on that happening, because nobody stopped them this year, including the best team in the city. We said Del Valle. Del Valle beat Franklin 28-18 in week 2 or 3, whatever it was, but Franklin still ran for about 300 yards on them, so nobody stops their running game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's go over to the 1-6A district standings right now. Speaking of, Paul, Eastlake atop the standings right now, 2-0 in district play, 3-3 overall. It's Pebble Hills right behind them in second place, 1-0 in district play. Franklin, Eastwood, and Montwood tied for third, 1-1 in district play for all three of those teams. Franklin and Eastwood both 3-3 on the year. Meanwhile, Montwood 1-4 overall, and then 0-1 is Socorro, 0-2 is Coronado, and that's kind of your rundown right there for 1-6A play.
I was going to say, how interesting is that Montwood Pebble Hills game going to be? Montwood looks like a new creation after the comeback win over Franklin. By the way, they turned the same trick a couple of years ago, and it was just as shocking. But, are they a different team now? They're throwing the ball terrifically. Damian Briano, really accurate quarterback. If the receivers get open, they're going to be able to move the ball. And you have a Pebble Hills team that, as of last week, a tough non-district record, but they look like they threw down the gauntlet and say, hey, boys, we're the best team in this district. Come and get us. They hammered Coronado.
No doubt about it. Hey, that is our local scoreboard brought to you by Ignitify. If you're searching for a reliable AC technician, it can be tough here in El Paso, but Ignitify has you covered. With over 20 years of experience here in El Paso, a glowing 5-star rating on Google, they're the experts that you can trust. For AC repairs and maintenance, trust Ignitify. Don't just take our word for it. Give them a call today to schedule your appointment. Ignitify specializes in top-notch maintenance and repairs for your cooling systems. Head over to ignitifyep.com to get started here today. We're about 17 minutes away from kickoff here. Our 915 Tours game of the week. Franklin 3-3 taking on Eastwood 3-3. Something's got to give here in this matchup. Silver Stars performing here out at Eastwood High School. Big shout out to them, and let's see what happens here in this matchup. Want to bring this storyline into this one for you, Paul. The class of 2026. I know I have to, this is my new school wave getting into you here today on the program, but the class of 2026 prospect-wise, highlighted by the likes of Ryan Estrada, running back from El Dorado, highlighted by athlete Davion Singleton from Chapin, and also quarterback Jake Fetty, the Del Valle standout. And oh, by the way, we're going to see one of them tonight, Justin Morales, one of the tackles here for the offensive line for the Franklin Cougars. He just picked up his 8th FBS offer from Arizona State, Paul. Just one of the more fantastic prospects that you're going to find out here in El Paso. Hey, before we get your thoughts on this one right here, we're going to pause on this one. We're going to take our time out. When we come back, it'll be our rotation, getting the national anthem coming up here on our side. So we'll take a timeout right now. When we come back, more of Week 7 Football Friday night. We are live. 915 Tours game of the week. It's Franklin High School taking on Eastwood High School. Who's going to come out on top? Battle of 1-6A foes. It should be an excellent matchup. Stay tuned to us throughout the night. We'll hear from Steve Escajeda. We'll hear from Joe Rodriguez. And we'll hear from Sebastian Perez Navarro here in just a little bit coming off the break. But first, let's take a timeout right now. You're listening to Football Friday Night right here on 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, we are live here at Eastwood High School, 915 Tours Game of the Week. We've got some other people who we're going to go out to. Angel Munoz, just let me know when we're ready to go with our rotation, and we'll get out to our Ignitify scoreboard here in just a little bit. We've got everybody all around the city of El Paso here for a great slate of Week 7 action. Couple scores to get to right away. Eastlake up 14-0 against Socorro here out in East El Paso. Also, Clint Austin 8-8 already scores on the board for both those squads. We'll get to Joey Panisi here in just a little bit. Del Valle up 7-0 against Hanks. We'll hear from Steve Escajeda on how that happened. Also, El Dorado up 7-0 against Parkland. We'll hear from J.D. Sursley here in just a moment for all those scores all across El Paso. Out to Steve Escajeda. We've got Del Valle and Hanks action out in the east side, lower valley part of El Paso. Let's go out to Steve Escajeda. Go ahead, Steve. Take it away.
We've got just under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and Del Valle has shot out in front of the Hanks Knights 14-0 here early on. I'll tell you, Del Valle took the opening kickoff for the ball game. 2 plays, 29 seconds for Jake Fetty to hit Jonathan Estrada from 15 yards out to make it 7-0. The first play of the ball game, he hits his receiver Shelton Fuller with a screen pass. He raced 56 yards of the 15 that led to that touchdown pass to Jonathan Estrada. And then on their next possession, again, they drove it down the field. Fetty, this time, hitting Josiah Nunez from 5 yards out to make it 14-0. Right now, Hanks has the ball for the second time. They're about to punt from their own 25-yard line, and it's going to be a short one. It's going to set up Del Valle, oh my goodness, at the Hanks 36-yard line. So they don't have very far to go to add to their lead. So far in the ball game, one of the best players in the city, quarterback Jake Fetty for Del Valle. How about this for an opening half a quarter? 5 out of 7 through the air, 127 yards already, and 2 big touchdowns. And this game, again, huge in the District 158 District 2 standings. Del Valle 5-0 on the season, Hanks 4-1. But in district, Del Valle is 4-0, Hanks 2-1. Again, this is a big game, mainly for Hanks, because they want to see how they can play with the big boys. But so far, Del Valle, who many consider the best team in El Paso, having their way so far. We've got 5:36 to go in the opening quarter. Del Valle out in front of Hanks, 14-0.
Great job, Steve Escajeda. Let's keep it moving. Next up, we've got Joe Rodriguez. He is out at Irvin Mountain View. Great matchup out in this one. Joe, take it away.
3:11 to go in the first quarter, and it is a tie ball game between the Irvin Rockets and the Mountain View Lobos. 0-0 on their very first possession. The Mountain View Lobos were the ones that received. They went 7 yards, but had to punch the ball away to the Irvin Rockets, who then put the ball 8 yards, crossed into Mountain territory, but then had to punt on their own. And right now, for the first time in the game, the Irvin Rockets are on the 4th play of their second possession at the Mountain View 23-yard line, ready to get into the red zone with a 2nd and 5 coming up. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you on the studio with 2:33 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. It is Irvin and Mountain View tied 0-0.
Thank you very much, Joe. That was a great one. Really appreciate it. We'll hear from you in just a bit. Give us a call if you get any scores here. Great one right there. As you heard, it is Irvin Mountain View happening in 4A play. Let's go to another matchup here tonight. This is a great one as well. It's Horizon taking on Burgess. We gave you the pregame storyline. Now let's go out to Sebastian Perez Navarro. He has the latest for this matchup, Horizon and Burgess. Sebastian, take it away.
Thank you, guys. With 5 seconds to go in the first quarter dwindling, it's tied at 0-0. The Burgess Mustangs currently threatening after a blocked field goal. Horizon is at their own 4. Currently passing attempts for Julian Williams. He's gone 2 for 5. For Marcus Sanchez, it's been of the same, 3 for 4. No offensive game so far, but Burgess threatening. Again, we're in the top of the second quarter with 12 minutes to go. 0-0 in Mustang country.
Great job there, Sebastian. Really appreciate that. Let's continue here on Football Friday Night, Week 7 action. More reports coming in here on the program. Great job there by Sebastian Perez Navarro. Out to Angel Torres. We've got Pebble Hills taking on Montwood. 6A play here kicking off in just a little bit. Angel, give us a preview of this one and give us a little bit of what you saw Eastlake Socorro sprinkled in on this report as well, my friend.
Hey, I got you guys. Over at SAC 2, with 6:03 remaining in the second quarter, Eastlake leads 21-0 over Socorro. Falcons quarterback Luke O'Malley hit wide receiver Junior Trotman for a 58-yard touchdown pass, and that was actually their second connection of the day. As far as SAC 1, where second-year head coach Ivan Rangel and his 1-4 Montler Rams take on first-year head coach Ryan Warner and his 2-3 Pebble Hill Spartans. Both teams pulled out District 1 6A victories in very distant fashion last week. The Spartans soundly defeated Coronado 56-16, while the Rams pulled off a miraculous come-from-behind victory against Franklin 46-42. Pebble Hills is led by running back Zarin Quarles, who has carried the ball 84 times for 751 yards and 9 touchdowns. Under center, the Spartans start sophomore quarterback Joe Fernandez, who was 34 of 62 for 461 yards and 2 touchdowns. You see, to stop Montwood, they will have to key on junior quarterback Damien Briano, who has gone 91 of 160 for 1,110 yards and 9 touchdowns. Briano isn't done as his 65 carries for 260 yards and 6 rushing scores also lead the team. This pivotal 1-6-8 clash is moments away from kickoff, whose conclusion will have a massive playoff impact for District 1-6-8. Guys?
Great job there, Angel Torres out there for Pebble Hills Montwood. Should be a great game here on the program. We are about less than 6 minutes away here from kickoff. It is our 915 Tours game of the week, and we've got a great one here tonight. It is Franklin taking on Eastwood in 1-6-8 play. Bring you back here, Paul, here from our first rotation. Any early takeaways from some of these scores here early on out of high school football?
Well, anytime an underdog jumps out, Clint jumped out on top of Austin 8-0, went for 2. It's funny, you got the two teams that love going for 2 after TDs, and of course Austin right back down the field. Oscar Flores, the monster from a couple of weeks ago, that won that athletic game, that huge athletic game, goes in from 10 yards out. Also the 2-point conversion to knot that one up at 8 apiece.
Let's do this, Paul. Let's continue with more from the rotation, more with Football Friday Night. It is Week 7 action that's getting ready to kick off and has already kicked off all across the city of El Paso. Want to give a big shout out to a lot of our great sponsors here on the program today: 915 Tours, the Greater El Paso Football Showcase, the Oscar Arieta Agency, El Paso Community College, and of course our post-game headquarters, Union Draft House. We're about less than 5 minutes away from kickoff. It's Franklin taking on Eastwood. 1-6-8 matchup coming up next. But first, let's take a timeout right here. Then we'll hear from Joey Panisi out at Clinton and Austin. Great matchup there. And after that, we'll hear from El Dorado Parkland, J.D. Sursley with the coverage of that game. You're listening to Football Friday Night. It is Week 7 action right here on 600 ESPN El Paso.
Tonight we come together as a community to reflect and support the Franklin High School team and Emmanuel's family during this difficult time. Please join us now in a moment of silence and reflection. Thank you. Thank you.
And as we welcome you back here, it is Week 7 coverage of Football Friday Night. And as you heard right there, here we are live at Eastwood High School. And they are honoring here, of course, Emmanuel Lopez, the Franklin High School senior who tragically passed away in a car accident earlier this year. A lot of different schools have been paying tribute to, one of Franklin's own here who tragically passed away, and a touching tribute here out at Eastwood High School immediately following the national anthem. A moment of silence for Emmanuel Lopez. It is our 915 Tours game of the week, and it is Franklin 3-3 taking on Eastwood High School 3-3. Paul, I love this. Now it's the true pageantry of Texas high school football, and we've got you out of the studio and in for some high school football tonight.
A fun place, light shows. Everybody's into showmanship these days, and nobody loves their football more than this Eastwood Trooper community. Always supported it. There have been some dry seasons in there, not so much lately. They love their coach Julio Lopez and the 2 straight district championships. Don't think for a second Eastwood has given up hope for a 3rd straight just because they lost a week ago to East Lake. They've lost district games before and come back.
No, that's a really good point. Let's go back to the phone lines right now. We've got more with Football Friday Night Week 7 action. Let's go out to J.D. Sursley, El Dorado Parkland. Some early scoring in this one right here. J.D., take it away.
Yeah, 3:38 left in the first quarter. It is your El Dorado Aztecs 14, your Parkland Matadors 12 with 2 minutes extra point. The opening drive for El Dorado, a 19-yard scamper by Elijah Issa to end the drive. And then Lightning strikes the assuming kickoff. Jordan Reeves takes it for 94 yards for the kickoff yard touchdown return. A few plays later, El Dorado's Ryan Estrada, the leading running back of the land of the Sun City right now with over 1,300 yards. He scampers for 45 yards for a touchdown. And then a great 60-yard pass from Jesse Molina, Parkland to number 24 running back Jaden Macias sets up the goal line with Jaden Macias running a 2-yard scamper who missed the game last week, but the coach said he's fine. It was just rest. So literally we've had 4 touchdowns within 3 minutes. It is your El Dorado Aztecs 14 and your Parkland Matadors 12. El Dorado has the ball.
Great stuff there, J.D. Sursley. Wow, a lot of scoring there early on, Paul. I'll bring you in for this one. El Dorado 14, Parkland 12.
And Parkland got to be glad to have Macias back. Just one more weapon back there, the running back. They can send Caleb Martinez. Oh, by the way, stepped in last week, went for 195, I think it was. 190s anyway, and 4 touchdowns. So they have a lot of options there, but happy to have Macias back. Parkland, El Dorado. Parkland's still a talented team. El Dorado, remember, undefeated coming into this one, 6-0, undefeated in the district. Remember, they were just 1-9 a year ago. You heard Ryan Estrada breaks another long tackle. JD said top rusher in the city. Third to a little over 1,300 yards has he. By the way, somebody catching up last night, Cam Johnson in the America's win over Bel Air. Touchdown runs of 74, 80, and a 10-yarder late third quarter. As I said, America's ran away with that one. Bel Air stays winless, but there's always upside for that. Only 4 teams in that district. The Bel Air Highlanders, be they 0-10 in 4 more weeks, they're still going to the playoffs.
Before we kick off here at Eastwood High School, it's Franklin Eastwood coming up here, our 915 Tours game of the week. Both teams meeting at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. But before we do that, let's go out. It's another game that we've got. Clint Austin, Joey Panisi. He's on with us next. Let's go to Joey on this one. Joey, take it away.
Yes, from Austin's R.E. McKee Stadium, we have a tie ball game. It's 8-8, Austin and Clint. Clint came out and bewildered everyone as quarterback Brandon Quesada connected on a 51-yard pass to Eric Martinez on the very first play of the game. They controlled the ball from there, and then Angel Valise ran it in from 6 yards out, and he also scored the 2-point conversion. Oscar Flores scored a touchdown for Austin with 3:11 in the second quarter, and that was set up by star running back. Oh, my goodness, where's my notes? Star running back Sal Duarte. They're handing off to him 3/4 of the time, and he's opening things up. And then here comes the big fullback, Oscar Flores. Flores has 33 yards on the night on 3 carries, and the 10-yard touchdown and the 3-yard extra point. Time of possession, Clint is dominating. In the first 15 minutes of the game, Clint is dominated 11 minutes to 4. One punt up to this particular point, and it says, like you said, Paul, they're just running it down each other's throat. So back to you from Austin's R.E. McKee Stadium with 6:20 left in the second quarter. It's Clint 8, Austin 8.
Great job, Joey. Appreciate that. Let's keep it moving. We've got Steve Escajeda as we get ready to kick this one off at Eastwood, set to receive the ball here in the first half. This one about to get underway. Eastwood Franklin, but before we get out to this one, Del Valle Hanks action. It's Steve Escajeda with the latest. Steve, take it away.
Well, it's more like Jake Fetty action here at Del Valle. We've got 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It is Del Valle 28, Hanks nothing. And as we said, it is the Jake Fetty show, the great junior quarterback for Del Valle. So far in the first quarter, 8 out of 10, 192 yards, 4 touchdown passes. 15-yarder to Jonathan Estrada, a 33-yarder to Dylan Gonzalez, and Josiah Nunez, 2 touchdown catches already, one from 5 yards out and one from 20. And to show you what kind of domination we've got here in the first quarter, total yards so far, Del Valle 217, Hanks 13. So again, the clock is stopped with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're hoping to have a good ball game, but that lasted for about a couple of minutes, and this one kind of got away. 9 seconds to go in the first. Del Valle out in front of Hanks, 28-0.
Great job, Steve. Appreciate that. First play here for the Eastwood High School team here. The Eastwood Troopers, is a holding penalty, and instead it's going to be Eastwood here, a 1st and 15 situation. Paul, this is fresh off the onside kick attempt from Franklin. Yeah. Eastwood's got excellent field position at the 50-yard line, and of course, like we should mention, Andre Sines in at quarterback here for the Troopers to start things off for Eastwood.
Yeah, he came in and mopped up last week, the last 4.5 minutes after Camacho threw his 3rd interception. That was pretty much the game ender. Galindo went 70 yards on an inside handoff, and Eastwood down 2 scores, came back, threw the pick. Christian Garcia and Sines mopped up, threw for 100 in those 4.5 minutes, a TD, and also an interception in that time.
7-yard pickup from Andre Sines, throwing it out to Caleb Flores on the left side. It's going to bring up a 3rd down play after a Jaden Martinez short run here on the play. So interesting stuff here. Eastwood trying to capitalize on good field position, Paul. Will stay on here. 3rd down. It is early first quarter action, just under 11 minutes to go. No score. First drive here for the Eastwood Troopers as Andre Sines comes out. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him. He's going to hand the ball off to Nathan Chavita. No, it's a read option. He gets swallowed up in the backfield. Franklin stuffs him on 3rd down, and 4th down coming up here for the Troopers at the Franklin 45.
Yeah, I think he actually wanted to hand it off to Javira, but the exchange was messed up, and he kind of got stuck with it. Find it interesting that you have a new quarterback coming to the contest, getting his first start tonight, and what does Eastwood do? They come out winging it.
4th down, and it looks like the Troopers will go for it here. 4th and 8 at the Franklin 45-yard line. Andre Sines, he comes out. He's got 2 receivers both ways. 1 running back in the backfield with him. That's Martinez. Eastwood trying to capitalize here on great field position in the 1st down. Pump fakes here on 4th down, and no one open. It's going to be incomplete, and a late flag comes into this one on 4th down. Paul, let's see what the call is here and see if the chains will be moved, if they get moved here for the Troopers.
Yeah, the flag's in the backfield. I think Eastwood was looking for a defensive holding. Instead, it looks like it's going to be roughing the passer against the Franklin rush. But a little double move by Alex Sanchez, out and up, and he thought he got grabbed on the up part. No flag for that. But 15 yards and an automatic 1st down is a godsend for Eastwood.
Let's go out to Joe Rodriguez. It is Irvin and Mountain View as we've got the penalty coming up here for the Troopers, and they're going to march down to the Franklin 30. Out to Joe Rodriguez here. Joe, take it away.
Thank you very much. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and it is the Urban Rockets leading the Mountain View Lobos by a score of 14-7. On their most recent possession, the Urban Rockets went 7 plays, 55 yards, and ended in an 11-yard touchdown pass from Dallas Medina to Israel Martinez on that catch to give the Urban Rockets a 7-point lead. The Urban Rockets also were the first ones to score and open up the scoring line tonight. They went 76 yards in 6 plays, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Dallas Medina, that time to Mike Valenstar. So Dallas Medina has a couple touchdown passes on the game. On the ensuing possession, the Mountain View Lobos went 75 yards in 9 plays, a 7-yard running back rush by none other than running back and leading rusher Omar Nevarez for the Mountain View Lobos at that time, leading 7-7. And then the Urban Rockets scored on their most recent touchdown. We'll go ahead and turn it back to you all at Eastwood. With 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, it is Irving leading Mountain View by a score of 14-7. Thank you, brother.
Great stuff there, Joe. I appreciate that. 14-7. Wow, Irvin up against Mountain View. Excellent matchup right there. Eastwood over here. It is 8:14 left here in the first quarter. No score. Eastwood on the move, already down to the Franklin 18-yard line, facing a 2nd and 8 situation here, Paul.
Yeah, Jude Walker just converted 3rd down and 9, threw him a little stick route, just got the first down. Jaden Martinez a 1-yard, actually give him 2 to the 18, 2nd down and 8 from the 18, Eastwood on the drive.
This is under 9 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Pass is complete. Again, Andre Saenz, his pass is complete. Credit that Alex Sanchez on the catch right there. Nice stuff as they're going to move the chains and give him another first down. This is going to be a 1st and goal situation here, Paul, for this Eastwood Troopers team.
Yeah, as you said, just a simple slant. Sanchez really one of the bigger receivers. I think only 10 balls coming into this one. I think they wanted more for him. He was the guy that only caught touchdowns a year ago.
1st and goal situation. Handoff goes to Jaden Martinez. He swallowed up after a gain of nothing on the play. Maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 10-yard line.
Yeah, no place to go. You know, last week in the Eastlake loss, it took the Eastwood offense about a quarter. Their offensive line is pretty big. When you look at Christian Baeza, 305 pounds. Next door to him is a 285. Bryce Ivy, pre-snap on this one. Looks like Eastwood's going to get hit with some form of motion. Knock it back to about the 15-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal from there. But they're big along that offensive line. You talked about Justin Morales, who's, colleges are looking at the left tackle for Franklin. He's 6'4", only 240. So we're talking about 305 and 285 right next to each other. That's a lot of beef on the right side of the Eastwood line.
8:24 and rolling here in the first quarter. It's Eastwood driving here on the move. 2nd and goal situation. It's Saenz who's going to float it up there on 2nd and goal and does not connect with his receiver right there. That was Aiden Manhart on his intended target there. Now that'll bring up 3rd and goal for the Troopers.
And remember, Fabian Pelosa done for the season, just like the starting quarterback, Joe Cox. Cox was lost in that exciting El Dorado game the week after Socorro. He caught a couple of balls early, and then he was done, as in done for the season. Remember, Pelosa had back-to-back 200-yard games, one against Chapin and one at that exciting Odessa win at Ratliff Stadium.
That is an incomplete pass coming up here on 3rd and goal. His intended target being Jude Walker. That'll bring up 4th and goal and the field goal unit here for the Troopers.
And I think Walker's really the one weapon on this team now. That's what's unfortunate. Penaloza, kind of the possession guy, as I said, he had a couple of explosive games. But those first 4 contests, either Walker had a huge game, including the Bosco game. He was like 140 yards against, the number 3 team in the nation. But if he didn't perform, Penaloza did. So you always had another option. I'm not sure Eastwood has that anymore.
Derek Messer here to attempt the field goal, and it's up, and it looks good here for the Troopers. So with 8:06 remaining here in the first quarter, Eastwood up 3-0, capitalizing, getting on the board here on their opening drive against the Franklin Cougars. Let's go out to Joe Rodriguez. We've got more scoring action. It's Irvin Mountain View, and there's a lot of fireworks out there in this matchup. Joe, take it away.
6:40 to go in the first half, and we have a tight ball game between the Urban Rockets and the hosting Mount View Lobos. The score is 14-14 on the ensuing possession. All the Mount View Lobos needed was one play, and their leading running back, Omar Nevares, breaks one, takes it to the house for 75 yards, and the extra point was good on it. I'm pretty sure Paul McKinney said it in the opening commentaries of tonight's program that this might be the low-key, sneaky best game of the week, and so far it is living up to that billing. With 6:40 to go in the first half, it is a tight ball game between the Urban Rockets and the Mount View Lobos by a score of 14-14.
Great stuff there, Joe Rodriguez. Irvin 14, Mountain View 14. Excellent matchup right there, Paul.
And you got to feel great for the Nevada's kid. Remember, missed the entire last season with an ACL. Oh, by the way, that starting quarterback, Matt Slozar, remember, broken fibula before the season started. He's actually been cleared to play. Onside kick on. There's no way they can give Eastwood this ball. That ball was touched before the 50.
Yeah, I'll clean that up. Keep going.
I was just going to say, but Slozar, the quarterback, Clint, the guy they thought was going to be a record setter, cleared to play. He could be wearing a uniform tonight, but his legs aren't under him yet. But they hope to have him, back in action maybe in the next couple of weeks. That's great news for Clint.
Other scores to go to: Eastlake up 14-0 against Socorro. I'm assuming that one is they've kind of distanced themselves as well. I'm assuming the Falcons have. Clint Austin 8-8. That's the last score that we heard for that matchup. Tie matchup there. Del Valle up 28-0 against Hanks. Also, El Dorado leads Parkland 14-12. We heard Irvin Mountain View. That's a 14-14 game. And then here in our 915 Tours game of the week, it's the Eastwood Troopers taking a 3-0 lead against the Franklin Cougars, Paul. And on that one right there, it was the Troopers responding to the Cougars' attempt for an onside kick. They try their own, they fail, and now the Cougars will get to try to take advantage of excellent field position at the Trooper 49-yard line.
Yeah, that one might actually work, except one of the rushers ran into the ball about a yard before it went the mandatory 10.
Ernie Powers here on first down, and he's going to break this one down to the 30, the 20, 15, and that's where he's going to get wrapped up. Ernie Powers here on the first down, and what an electric play there, all the way down to the, it looks like the 11-yard line here for the Troopers.
Yeah, 36-yard pickup for Powers down the left side. Jaden James, the last man standing, wraps him up, little guy, and throws him down at the 13. It's going to be 1st and 10 from there.
7:48 to go here in the first quarter. Eastwood up 3-0. Franklin trying to respond here on their first drive. Garza hands the ball off. That's going to be De La Riva, who's going to take the carry on the inside zone, and he's wrapped up after maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Atreyu De La Riva, that's their change of pace back that they love to use as well, Paul.
Yeah, change of pace, another guy who can really pound. And this is what Franklin wants to do when they want to attack the edges. I will say, where Eastlake found success, especially in the second half last week, was going to the option, hitting the edges. Hey, that's what Franklin's born for.
Luca Garza, fakes the handoff. No, he gives it. It's Ernie Powers who's going to take an inside zone run, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and about 9 for the Cougars.
Again, the interior of that Eastwood Trooper defense seems like they don't have any issues there. But last time Franklin tried the edge, Powers went 34 yards. We'll see how that manifests itself throughout the night.
Franklin all the way at the Eastwood 12-yard line. 6:48 to go here in the first quarter. Eastwood up 3-0. Cougars trying to get on the board here as well. Garza comes out, 2 receivers both ways. He fakes the handoff. No, he's going to give it Ernie Power on the counter, and he gets all the way down to the Eastwood 4-yard line, rumbling, stumbling, and he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line, Paul, and the Cougars now facing a 4th and 2 situation. Looks like they're going for it here.
Yeah, it's going to be about 1.5 yards, we'll call it that. They have an excellent field goal kicker, J.P. Soto. Hit a 42-yarder at the end of the half against Americas. But you're right, with a team that grounds and pounds, they're going to go for this. And as I said, they do like Garza in these short yardage situations as well. So he's not necessarily giving the ball to Powers.
Garza comes out. It's a quarterback Power, and he's going to take it himself. Actually, they're going to call a false start penalty right there. That was a 4th and 1 situation at the 5-yard line. That'll bring them back. It'll be a 4th and 6 situation. And now you figure the field goal unit will come out, and it looks like Franklin will look to just tie this game up here, Paul.
Yeah, maybe give the Eastwood crowd a little bit of credit. All that racket ringing their cowbells and And even the best of them, you see it on Sunday morning days and Sunday nights where guys are jumping early because it's just too loud. Looks like a 27-yard field goal for Soto from the left hash.
Soto comes out, and the field goal is up. It looks good here for the Cougars, and it is. Actually, no, they're going to say that's no good there on that one. So the Cougars try to tie it up. Instead, it is no good. It hooks right at the end. And, just not enough leg there on that one, Paul. 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. Eastwood takes over at the 10-yard line here, up 3-0. Let's go out to this one. It is Joe Rodriguez. He's got more action. One of the best games in 4A that we're going to find out in El Paso. Irvin, Mountain View. Joe, you take it away. Joe Rod, are you there?
Yes, I am. 5:16 to go in the second quarter, and the Urban Rockets have retaken the lead, 20-14. A fourth-play, 39-yard drive ended when Diego Grijalva broke one off from 20 yards out. The extra point by Jonathan Martinez was no good. Could be interesting to see how vital that missed extra point becomes. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you all at Eastwood with 5:16 to go in the second quarter. It is Irving leading Mountain View by a score of 20-14.
Excellent stuff, Joe. Appreciate that. Let's head out to Sebastian Perez Navarro. It is Burgess taking on Horizon. Interesting matchup out of the 5A ranks. Sebastian, take it away.
Hey, thanks, guys. We've got 52 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's crunch time. Currently, Horizon is down 17-0 with Burgess leading. Two strong touchdowns off the back of senior Luke Dexter Quinn, one from 29 yards out, the other one from 12 yards out. However, the Scorpions are right now threatening at Burgess's own 11 as Williams takes the snap, looks outside, and it's incomplete. So currently, with 48 seconds to go in the second quarter, it's Burgess 17, Horizon 0. Let's take it back to you guys.
Great job, Sebastian. Really appreciate that. Burgess, 17. Horizon, nothing. Off to a great start there for that matchup. About to head to halftime already. A fast-moving first half here for the Mustangs. Up 17-0 against the Scorpions. On fourth down, was that 4th and 11 there, Paul, on that match? On that one right there, we got 5:18 to go here in this one. Troopers up 3-0 against the Cougars.
No, they're just quick flipping the down mark. It's 4th down now. They didn't go for it 4th. Julio Lopez will do some things, but I don't think he's going 4th and 11 from his own 19. I'll tell you what, though, they could have had a touchdown. The quarterback Science had a guy running down the left sidelines all by himself and just overthrew what would have been an 81-yard touchdown.
All right, and that means it's the punt team who's coming out, but it's a bad snap, and East was just going to kick it back in the end zone, and that's going to be a penalty and eventual
ultimately a safety right
there, yeah, for the Troopers. So Cougars will get on the board. No, you're not watching baseball here. You're not watching Dodgers Padres. You're watching Eastwood and Franklin, and Eastwood will allow that safety. Franklin's going to be on the board, and now the score will be 3-2 with 5:12 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Brandon Gomez, the punter. It was a little hot and it was a little high. He didn't have to jump, but he had to reach up, and that was a little too much. He's a punter, not a receiver. Squirted right through his hands, and as you said, checked up about 2 yards from the back of the end zone, and he just kicked it out. Actually kicked it off the goalpost.
Let's hey, Angel, I'm going to ask you, let's go to Angel Torres next. It is Pebble Hills taking on Montwood, as we've got 5:12 here in the first quarter. Refs deliberating, but it should be Eastwood up 3-2. We'll get you the final update on this one here coming up in just a little bit. Let's go to Pebble Hills Montwood out at the sack. Angel Torres is next. Angel, take it away.
With 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Pebble Hills just scored off a 30-yard pass from Joe Fernandez to wideout Sebastian Carvajal. It had been a defensive stalemate up to this point where Montwood had got into the red zone once and they were stopped, and then the second time they had to punt. Pebble Hills was the beneficiary of 2 flags on that drive, and they are able to capitalize right before the end of the first quarter. So with 45 seconds remaining, Pebble Hills leads Montwood 7-0.
Excellent stuff there, Angel. Appreciate that. Pebble Hill's up 7-0 against Montwood. Burgess leads Horizon 17-0. Irvin has a 20-14 advantage against Mountain View. El Dorado up 14-12 against Parkland. Actually, I see an update on this one. It's the Aztecs up 21-20 against the Parkland Matadors. A scoring update right there from our very own J.D. Sursley. Great stuff there on our Football Friday Night Twitter feed out right now. Del Valle up 35-0 against Hanks. We'll hear from Steve Escajeda in just a little bit. And, of course, like we just mentioned, we still have 8-8 is the score. Clint and Austin, back-and-forth battle right there for that matchup as we continue here. Week 7 action, Football Friday Night. That was your Ignitify scoreboard. Let's go out to J.D. Sursley. A lot of activity, a lot of action going on. El Dorado, Parkland. J.D., you take it away.
Yeah, so we have 9:31 left in the second quarter. The El Dorado Aztecs 21 and the Parkland Matadors 20. So you heard from me. So Ryan is starting number 1. He gets another touchdown on the 1-yard line. So they go up 21. Parkland Matadors answer right back, going down pass, run. And then J.D. Macias ends up being the GOAT on that drive, and he ends on a 1-yard touchdown. Number 24, J.D. Macias, running back for Parkland Matadors. It is. And then a squib kick that Parkland tries to do to get El Dorado a little off guard totally fails because the squib kick goes directly into the kickoff returner in front of the kicker. So El Dorado starts literally on the 40 of Parkland. They're driving. 9:31 left in the second quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 21, Parkland Matadors 20.
Good stuff, JD. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to Joey Panisi. We've got Clint and Austin. Great game in the 4A ranks. Joey, take it away.
From R.E. McKee Stadium, home of the Austin Panthers, the score remains 8 for Austin, 8 for Clint. We have 34 and a half seconds left. The key in the game is the quarterback from Clint, Brandon Quesada. He's kept him in the game. He's converted 4 times on 4th downs to keep the ball control going for Clint. They've controlled the ball. They've got an 18-minute to 6-minute advantage in time of possession. So we have 34 seconds left. The score is tied 8-8 from Austin High School. It's Clint 8, Austin 8.
Good stuff, Joey. Appreciate that. As we continue here, and you just heard it, 8-8, Clint Austin here as we continue. Third down coming up for the Cougars following that punt off the safety. It's the Troopers leading 3-2, 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, Paul.
Yeah, the penalty on the safety turned into half the distance, so Eastwood actually free kick from the 10. Ramon Gonzalez, 30-yard return, and that got Franklin all the way to the 40. As you said, looking at 3rd and 7 from the 37. Throwback.
Garza to
Tons of
Ernie
room.
Powers down to the 20, the 15. He's broken a tackle. 5, 10, touchdown Cougars, as that one a huge 37-yard screen pass touchdown for Franklin following the safety. So with 3:50 to go here, Cougars on the board here with a touchdown thanks to an Ernie Powers 37-yard screen pass touchdown.
And the Franklin Cougars almost never throw the ball to the running backs, only the 5th catch of the season for Powers. So I guess you can understand the Eastwood Trooper defense for not being within 20 yards of him. As I said, a throwback, a little roll to the right, turn, throw it all the way back to the left, and the only guy on that side of the field was Mr. Powers. Broke about a couple of tackles once he got inside the 10. You don't want this guy get running like a runaway train. He's tough to bring down.
We're going to go out to Steve Escajeda. We're going to go out to Joe Rodriguez here in just a little bit. Let's do this. Let's take a timeout right now. With 3:50 to go here in the first quarter in our 915 Tours Game of the Week. The Franklin Cougars on the board. They lead the Eastwood Troopers 9-3. You're listening to Week 7 Football Friday Night right here on 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, welcome back. It is our 915 Tours Game of the Week. 3:12 left here in the first quarter. The Cougars up 9-3 against the Troopers. And Paul, I'll bring you back for this one right here. Cougars get the ball back via a Stone Jessup interception. Cougars now have it already in Eastwood territory at the 41-yard line, facing a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Jessup, a defensive end. Eastwood throws a lot of the quick stop routes, the quick like bubble screens, and he just jumped and stepped right in front at the 41-yard line. Big catch right there for looks like just short of a first down.
It looks like it's going to be a first down right there, Paul. It's a Lucas Garza pass out there. It was a very nice completion. Actually, just shy of the first down, just like you mentioned there, Paul.
How dare you? How dare you?
I questioned you. Andres Salinas could not extend himself. It's a 4th and 1 situation. We'll keep it here before we get out to Steve Escajeda and Joe Rodriguez. Actually, looks like Darren Walker's going to want a timeout. We'll go out to some of our other games here in the meantime. 4th and 1. That's what Franklin is facing down to the Eastwood 32-yard line. It's Franklin up 9-3. Let's get a quick update. Steve Escajeda with the latest. It's Del Valle leading Hanks, all over Hanks in this one. Steve, take it away.
We've got 3:50 and counting in the second quarter, and you're right, it's all Del Valle. They're up on Hanks 48-0. Again, that man, quarterback Jake Petty, 12 out of 14 tonight, 313 yards, 7 big touchdown passes in the first half. Last year at this game, he threw for 332 and 5 touchdowns. Well, he's dwarfed that tonight against 7 big scores, and Josiah Nunez has only cut 3 balls for Del Valle tonight, all 3 for touchdowns. 3:18 and counting here in the second quarter. Del Valle all over Hanks, 48-0.
2:42 left here in our Now on 5 Tours Game of the Week. Here in the first quarter, Cougars up 9-3, facing a 4th and 1 situation down to the 32-yard line. Cougars coming out. It's Lucas Garza, and fresh off the timeout, refs discussing, deliberating here with the officials here as we continue. But this is an opportunity, Paul, for the Cougars to try to capitalize on the scoreboard following that Eastwood turnover.
And they have a couple options here, of course. You got big powers in the backfield, but the Garza kid, he can pick it up from here as well. Little sleight of hand, little fake, little long for a quarterback sneak, I'd say, for a tush push. It's a full yard. They're at the 32, and they got to get all the way to the 31.
As the refs continue to discuss this one, let's go out to Joe Rodriguez for a quick update. It's Irvin Mountain View, and there's a lot of fireworks in that one. Joe, take it away.
Thank you very much, Adrian. We just went to halftime out here in Montana Vista, where the Urban Rockets are leading the hosting Mount View Lobos by the score of 20-14 on their most recent possession. The Urban Rockets had to punt the ball away at midfield. The first time they punted the ball away in 4 possessions after scoring on 3 consecutive possessions. From there, the Mount View Lobos did a nice job getting the ball to midfield, but there was an interception to end the half. A nice grab by one of the linebackers for the Urban Rockets, Michael Iñaki, with the interception. We just went to halftime, a 20-minute halftime session. I'm going to gather my stats, and I'll be back on the air soon enough to bring you all the halftime stats. Send it back to you all at Eastwood. We're at halftime between the Urban Rockets and Mount View Lobos. The score is 20-14.
Good stuff, Joe. It seems like we've got time to go to one other report here as the refs continue to discuss this one. 4th and 1 incoming for the Cougars down to the 32-yard line. Let's go out to Sebastian Perez Navarro. A quick update. It's Burgess taking on Horizon. Sebastian, take it away.
Thank you, guys. We're currently at halftime. It's Burgess 17-0 over Horizon. The Horizon Scorpions tried to come back after the field goal from Burgess. However, were stopped at the 11-yard line when reaching the end zone. Burgess got the ball right back through a 35-yard pass by Marcus Sanchez. However, no points scored. Currently, Horizon being shut out 17-0 at halftime.
Good stuff there, Sebastian. Appreciate that. Burgess all over Horizon, 17-0. Great update there. We've got a lot of other games going on across the city of El Paso. We'll get out to more with J.D. Sursley. That big game, El Dorado up 21-20 against Parkland. Back and forth matchup there. Del Valle all over Hanks. You just heard from Steve Escajeda, 35-0. And then back over here, 1-6A football. It's Franklin leading Eastwood 9-3. 2:42 to go here in the first quarter. Looks like this one will resume, Paul. We're finally ready to go here.
It would have taken less time if there was a lightning strike.
Cougars come out at shotgun formation, and Lucas Garza comes out. He's got two tight ends on the offset on the offensive line. He's got Ernie Powers in the backfield with him. 4th and 1 situation here for the Cougars down to the Eastwood 31-yard line. It's Garza, comes out, quarterback power. He's going to take it himself, and he gets it with ease. Picks up maybe 3 on the pickup and gets the first down there, Paul.
Yeah, Matt Yeager on the tackle. Actually, he didn't tackle the man, just went straight for the ball and tried to clutch it away. Not successful. 1st and 10 from the 28.
2 minutes, 30 seconds and rolling here in the first quarter. Cougars down, up in this one, 9-3, all the way down to the Eastwood 28-yard line. Garza comes out. He's got offset tight ends both ways. Hands the ball off. It's Ernie Powers again who takes it on the halfback slant. He's going to get stopped right around the 25-yard line. Call that a pickup of 3 on the play.
Exactly what Franklin wants to do. They just want to grind this thing, and if Eastwood's going to keep turning the ball over, I mean, that plays right into Franklin's hands as they try to tenderize this defense with their big offensive front line.
2nd and 7 situation, 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Ernie Powers. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play, down to the 20-yard line. And now that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Cougars, grinding down this drive.
2-down territory, obviously, especially after the fact your place kicker, J.P. Seto, already missed a 27-yard field goal, tried to finesse it in, just missed it a little wide left. These guys are going straight ahead.
Cougars come out. It's 3rd and 2 situation. Down to the 20-yard line. Handoff goes. It is again. It looks like Powers, and it is. And it's another first down for the Cougars all the way down to the Eastwood 15.
5 more yards straight ahead off left guard, right through the heart of that Eastwood defense.
1st and 10, 15-yard line. That's the situation here for the Cougars, trying to get another score on the board. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Garza comes out. 2 offset tight ends on both sides. He's got 2 receivers split out far wide both ways as well. He's going to hand that ball off to one of the fullbacks, or you can call him a tight end, but call him Atreyu De La Riva, who's typically a running back for the squad.
Yeah, I think he's going to wish that he held on to that one. There was a lot of room on the left side, but previously, Franklin's just running the ball right at Eastwood's top tackler, the 2 technique, the left tackle, Jonathan Hernandez. 11 tackles a game as a down lineman. That doesn't happen very often.
You know, I love this formation that Franklin's going in. It's a shotgun situation, but it's a triple option, and they're just going to run this nonstop. Powers gets the halfback give. Call that just a 2-yard pickup down to about the 10-yard line. Make that 3rd and 4 for the Cougars here, facing another 3rd down situation. But that's going to be the end here of the first quarter. Cougars up 9-3 here as we continue our 915 Tours game of the week. Let's do this. Let's go to another game out of 1-6A. It's Pebble Hills taking on Montwood. Angel Torres out at the sack for this matchup. Angel, take it away.
With 8:36 remaining in the second quarter, Pebble Hills leads Montwood 14-0. It was a 3-yard touchdown run by Spartans running back Zarian Quarles that allowed them to go up by 2 scores. But it was played by Montwood quarterback David Briano, was intercepted by Pebble Hills safety Cesar Perez at the Rams' 35-yard line that set that drive up. So with about 8:10 left in the second quarter, Pebble Hills leads 14-0 over Montwood.
Okay, good stuff there, Angel. Appreciate that. Wow, Paul. Pebble Hills up 14-0 against Montwood. Briano had success against this Cougar defense last week. This week gets a turnover here in this first half against this Pebble Hill squad.
You know, remember he threw a couple of picks against Franklin, too, before he got hot in that fourth quarter. But Pebble Hill's picking right up where they left off a week ago. Remember Zarian Quarles, 274 yards to lead that cause. They put 40-plus points on that Coronado defense, and they look like the best team in 1-6A last week, and they're looking like it again early this against a resurgent Monwood team.
Let's go back out to the phone lines right now. It is actually, let's do this. Let's stick with this game right here. Second quarter action about to get underway. Franklin comes out. It's third down situation. Garza is going to roll out, play action play. He's going to go to the end zone, find a wide open target, and that's a touchdown for the Cougars. Call that right there. A nice reception by Santiago Perez from 9 yards out. Touchdown Cougars. They're going up here. 3 scores, Paul. Bring you back for that one. Nice play action rollout by Garza. He finds his target, Santiago Perez. You called him the big play guy, and he comes up with a big one for the Cougars.
Yeah, again, just a little misdirection, and that's what's hurt the Eastwood defense. They're running to the football. Remember the throwback screen that went for 35 yards on the score for Powers? Same thing here. Naked boot, the action goes to the left. Garza rolls to the right. Perez just running the deep out and puts it right on him, wide open, easy score.
Franklin quarterback Garza with a 9-yard touchdown pass to Santiago Perez for the next touchdown here for the Cougars. They're up 16-3 right now over Eastwood here in the second quarter. 11:54 remaining here in the second quarter of this matchup. Going out to the phone lines, back out to the phone lines right now. It is J.D. Sursley who's got another update. El Dorado Parkland. J.D., take it away.
Yeah, 5:06, El Dorado Aztecs, or left in the second quarter, El Dorado Aztecs 35. The Parkland Matadors 28. There's been so much scoring, I don't remember where we left off, but we'll just start with Ryan Estrada, a 6-yard touchdown to make it 28-21. Parkland goes down the field. Caleb Martinez, number 10 running back, gets a 3-yard touchdown run and then the 2-point conversion is good and is successful yet again, so it became 28-28. And then after a few penalties and El Dorado going back and forth with their own demise with their penalties, they get a 51-yard great punt. I don't know how Elijah Issa breaks off that sack, but he connects with Jadarius Sanders, number 2, 51 yards down the seam, dash in the middle. So now 4:40 left in the second quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 35, Parkland Matadors 28. Nobody has ever heard of a defense right now for either team.
Good stuff there. I love it, JD. Appreciate that. What a game. First half action, 35-28. El Dorado over Parkland. As this one continues, it was a failed onside kick recovery by the Cougars, the third onside attempt we've seen in this game so far, Paul. Eastwood's going to take advantage of a short field. They get it at the Cougar 48, and they're already down to the 42-yard line, facing a 2nd and 4 situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can call that an onside anymore. I think that's just their kickoff.
I agree on that, as Andres Sainz, his pass is broken up on second down. Fans wanted a little pass interference there, but that'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Troopers at the Cougar 42-yard line.
Completed a 6-yarder to Caleb Flores on 1st and 10. He's the guy who's taken the place of Fabian Pinaloza. He's coming to that foursome of receivers and actually had a good game last week. I think it was 7 balls, 97 yards, caught the 26-yard touchdown in garbage time of the Eastlake loss.
First down pickup here. That's going to be credited right there to Jaden Martinez on the carry on the ground. He gets 5 all the way down to the 37-yard line here. Eastwood 1st and 10 down to the 37, trying to get some scores on the board.
Yeah, Martinez is a nice back. He's got a streak of 100-yard games going back to week 2, I think it is. So whatever that is, 5 in a row.
Signs on first down. His pass is complete. He's going to pick up about 6 all the way down to the 30-yard line of Franklin. Before we continue with this one, let's go out to Joe Rodriguez. He's got a halftime update. Irvin Mountain View. Joe Rod, take it away.
Thank you very much, Adrian. A little bit more than 10 minutes until second half gets underway out here in Montana Vista, where the Urban Rockets are leading the Mount View Lobos by a score of 20-14. Let me get you some quick first half stats. For the Urban Rockets, they have 10 first downs. They carry the ball. They rush the ball 12 times for 44 yards. The quarterback for the Urban Rockets, Dallas Medina, 13 for 16, a very efficient 13 for 16, until the second half gets started, it is Irving leading Mountain View by the score of 20-14.
Great stuff there, Joe. Appreciate that. As Jude Walker is going to walk in, it's a 1-yard rushing touchdown for the Eastwood Troopers. And the Troopers on the board. 9:45 left here in the first half. We got a ball game here, Paul. It is a one-score ball game for that. And now Troopers back on the board via a Jude Walker 1-yard rushing touchdown. And it was set up by a nice 29-yard pass from Andres Sainz to Jaden Martinez.
Yeah, a little trick on Martinez out of the backfield. Usually he just catches screens. This time running a seam route. He was open. Ball was right on him and made a good effort to get inside the one-yard line. Kick, by the way, from Messer, the sophomore lefty, up and good.
And that is 9:45 left here in the first half. The Franklin Cougars lead the Eastwood Troopers 16-10 in our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Let's go out to another game at Steve Escajeda, and it's the latest with Del Valle all over Hanks. Steve, take it away.
We're at halftime here at Del Valle, and it's been all Conquistadores. They lead Hanks 54-0 here at halftime. And, we can capsulize this ball game in 2 words. Jake Fetty, the quarterback for Del Valle. Again, he's done it all so far today. 13 out of 15 through the air, 322 yards, and not 1, not 2, not, 8 touchdown passes here in the first half. Again, he threw 5 touchdown passes in this game as a sophomore last year. Again, 322 yards, 8 touchdown passes at halftime. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different receivers have caught touchdown passes so far. Rayu Nunez has 1. Jonathan Estrada has 2. Dylan Gonzalez 1. Dante Etchison has 1. And Josiah Nunez has 3 for a total of, 8 on the night. Total yards so far, I'm telling you, you like one-sided, you got it. Del Valle 366 total yards to 37 for Hanks. And the only stat I can give you for Hanks, Jordan Morales, their quarterback, came into the ball game averaging 299 yards passing per game. Here in the first half, he's 4 out of 10 for 23 yards and an interception. So, again, it's been all Del Valle here. I've got a feeling they're going to pull all the big guys out in the second half, but they've done the damage in the first. It's halftime. Del Valle 54, Hanks nothing.
Great stuff there, Steve. I really appreciate that. 54-0. Wow. Pull out the record books there, Steve. We got to check out the Fetty stats and see how they stack up in single-game records right there, Paul. That's some interesting stuff right there, thanks to Jake Fetty.
Yeah, the number is Peyton Bevel from Stanford, 2018, 12 touchdown passes in a single game, and you just heard Fetty's at 7.
Ernie Powers breaking away from several different tacklers. He's going to be wrestled all the way down to the Eastwood 20-yard line. A late flag coming in on that one. Could be a horse collar, could be a face mask, something like that. But regardless, from the Eastwood 46 all the way down to the Eastwood 20-yard line.
33 yards.
Yeah, it was a beautiful run there by Ernie Powers.
And as you said, they're going to tack something on. Yeah, so that'll be half the distance, take it all the way down to the 10. That's the good news. The bad news, you got to go the whole 10 yards. It's going to be first and goal.
First and goal situation for the Cougars. 9:12 to go here. First half action of our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Cougars up 16-10 in this matchup. Let's do this. Let's call this one. Then we'll go out to J.D. Sursley. We got more action in that El Dorado Parkland game to get to. But quickly over here to Franklin. It's a quick pass from Lucas Garza, and that's out to one of his receivers right now. And I believe that was right there. That was just a Lucas Garza take himself.
Yeah,
and that's going to bring up second and goal situation here for the Cougars.
Yeah, a naked boot, the same play that they scored the touchdown on, only no receiver. Garza was just going to try and run it in on his own.
8:46 to go here in the first half. Cougars up 16-10 against the Troopers. Ball at the 10-yard line. Cougars trying to add to the scoreboard here and go up by 2 scores when it's all said and done. Let's see what happens here when it happens, when it's all said and done. Looks like they're going to be backed up here due to a penalty.
Yeah, they took their time. I never saw the flag, but it turns out there's a holding penalty on the play, and that'll be was in the midst of the run, so at the end of the run, so they're getting him the 5 yards all the way to the 5-yard line, minus 10 all the way back to the 15, first and goal from the 15.
All right, Lucas Garza comes out. Cougars, 3 receivers to the left. They're going to hand the ball that way. It's Ernie Powers who's going to take it on the stretch, and he's going to go all the way down to about the 10-yard line here. Second and goal situation, 8:30 to go here in the first half for the Cougars, up by 6 points. Let's do this. Let's do this quick. Let's go out to another game out here. It's El Dorado Parkland. J.D. Sursley's got it. J.D., take it away.
All right, so El Dorado just scored again. It is 41, waiting for the field goal. Your Parkland Matadors 28. After I said that defensive comment, my voice apparently echoed to El Dorado. They Googled it on their tablets, and then they were like, hey, we could use this. They make Parkland turnover on downs on their end of the field. And then, of course, Ryan Estrada, their workhorse for the El Dorado Aztecs, just drives them down, and they just scored. He scored 11 yards out. And now the field goal is good, so it is your El Dorado Aztecs 42, Parkland Matadors 28, 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
Great stuff there, J.D. Sursley. As we continue here, let's go to our Ignitify scoreboard right now. In our 915 Tours game of the week here, Treyu De La Riva with a 10-yard rushing touchdown for the Franklin Cougars. The extra point is up, and it is good. With 7:54 to go here in the first half, Franklin Cougars lead the Eastwood Troopers 23-10. Going over to more games, Del Valle all over the Hanks Knights, 54-0 that game at half. You just heard from him, J.D. Sursley. He has El Dorado Parkland, and it's the Aztecs up 41-28 in this matchup. Another district matchup, Pebble Hill's up 14-0 against Montwood. That one's going on right now as well. We have Irvin at the half leading Mountain View by 6, 20-14 in this game. Clint 8, Austin 8. That one's also going on right now. We'll get an update here from Joey Panisi in just a little bit, and we'll also get an update from that Pebble Hills Montwood game here in a moment as well. But as we continue here, more coverage in our Football Friday Night Week 7 matchup and a Week 7 slate. Cougars get back on the board here, Paul. I'll bring you back for this one here. Cougars get on the board via an Atreyu De La Riva run, 10-yard rushing touchdown there by him, and Cougars go back up 2 scores.
Yeah, way to grab back the momentum, too. Things were flowing Franklin's way. After the safety, the bad snap, safety, the free kick from the 10, all of a sudden they're back in the end zone on the Powers throwback screen, another TD. Eastwood finally stops the bleeding, drives the field, punches it in, the direct snap to Jude Walker. But what does Franklin do? Right back down the field. Atreyu, again, right through the heart of the defense, right up the middle, carries tacklers for 10 yards, and that 2-score lead again.
What you could always count on is Franklin to go for an onside kick, and they did just that again. 7:53 to go here in the first half. Cougars lead 23-10, but Eastwood, great field position. They've got it right near midfield. It's going to be Signs on first down, scrambling out and makes something out of nothing. But gets maybe 2 yards on the pickup. Call that down to about the 46-yard line here, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Troopers, trying to get some more points on the board here before half.
And this is a pretty vital juncture of the game for Eastwood. 7.5 minutes. I don't think they can hold the ball that long, but drive the field, take up some time, punch it in, try to get to halftime only down a score. It's what they were able to do last week against Eastlake, but they were able to do it with the running game. Eastwood feels like they got to attack Franklin through the air, I think.
Signs attacks through the air on his side, and he finds Walker, that's Jude Walker, for a nice pickup. Call that a first down to the Franklin 34-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Eastwood Troopers.
Yeah, gain of 12. Signs just broke the pocket a little bit to his right. Walker coming back to the football makes the diving catch.
1st and 10 situation for the Troopers. They've got trips to the left. Handoff goes to Chavita. Actually, that's going to be on that one, Jaden Martinez, and he gets about 2 on the play before he's wrapped up around the Franklin 32-yard line. Yeah. 6:47 here in the first half as the Cougars up 23-10.
Yeah, I think he might add more. Slipped a little bit when he tried to make his cut and fell and took a lick on the way down.
Eastwood comes out. It's Signs on the quarterback scramble out to the left. Rolls out. He's going to find his receiver on the strike. No, that's going to be an touchdown right there. And that's Jude Walker again 32 yards from Signs. What a nice pass, but what a grab there by Jude Walker, and another score here for the Eastwood Troopers, trying to respond here in the first half, pending the extra point, down 6 points.
Yeah, what a mess that was. Walker running up the right sidelines, had another Eastwood Trooper with him, and oh, by the way, 2 Franklin defenders. Ball goes into the midst of that mess. Jude Walker, terrific ball skills, finds it, catches that thing dead in the chest amongst that mass of humanity, and then fights the final 3 yards into the end zone.
Eastwood responds on a short field situation. It was a nice touchdown there, 32 yards from Andre Signs to Jude Walker. Extra point is up, and it is good. 6:27 left here in the opening half. Cougars lead the Troopers 23-17 in our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Let's go out to another 6A matchup. It's Pebble Hills taking on Montwood. Angel Torres on the call for this one. Angel, take it away.
With 1:14 remaining till halftime, the Pebble Hill Spartans lead Montwood 21-0. Spartans running backs Varian Quarles broke loose for a 50-yard scamper. Now, on the opposite end, Montwood has been able to turn some yards out on the ground. They did pass midfield, but their drive appears to be stalling due to a few penalties. But, there's still a minute 14 for them to do something. But until then, Pebble Hill is up 21-0. Nice.
Good stuff there, Angel. Appreciate that. Pebble Hills up 21-0 against Montwood. You just heard him here. Let's go to another one. Clint Austin, great game. Joey Panisi's got this one. Joey, take it away.
Yes, from Austin High School, it remains 8-8. Clint and Austin. We just had an onside kick to open up the half, and Clint recovers it down at the 15-yard line. It's getting exciting. They just ran it down to the 14. But the first half ended up pretty much as expected, nothing but running in between the 20-yard lines. We did have an Angel Belize scored his 8th touchdown of the year, and for Austin, Oscar Flores had his 10th touchdown of the year, and Sal Duarte had 45 yards, which pushed him over 800. So with, just starting, 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter, Clint's knocking on the door from the 14-yard line, and we have a tie score, 8 for Clint, 8 for Austin.
What a game. What a defensive struggle right there by both those teams there, Paul. Clint 8, Austin 8, defensive battle right there.
In 4A, man, there's about 5 or 6 good teams that are going to go at it every time they play this year. Don't forget Riverside and the Sled out there with some easy walkovers tonight. San Eli and Fabens, I think those two are up against.
6:27 left here in the opening half, and we're continuing here. A busy Week 7 slate here, Football Friday night, as we continue our 915 Tours Game of the Week, like who we've been mentioning. Franklin up 23-17 here against the Eastwood Troopers here on first down, as Ernie Powers is going to take the play here for maybe a pickup of 3 on that one. Other scores across El Paso: Clint Austin 8-8, like you just heard from Joey Panisi. Del Valle all over Hanks 54-0. El Dorado leads Parkland 41-28. Also, Pebble Hills up 21-0 against Montwood. You heard from Sebastian Perez Navarro. Burgess leads Horizon 17-0. Irvin on top of Mountain View by 6, 20-14. We'll hear from Joe Rodriguez here in just a little bit. And a busy slate of Football Friday night here for Week 7. 5:51 left here in the first half. Cougars lead the Troopers by 6, 23-17. Garza comes out. Cougar offense on the field at their own 32-yard line. Handoff goes to Treyu De La Riva, takes it on the jet sweep. He's going to gain about 7 on the play and get first down on that one, all the way at the Franklin 41-yard line, nearing midfield here, Paul.
Yeah, get around the right side. They love to attack the edges. That seems to be the way they think they're going to beat the Troopers tonight. Although I must say they've mixed in a little straight up your gut as well, the De La Riva 10-yard run. Again, important juncture for this Eastwood Trooper defense. You're going to let Franklin drive the field, just over 5 minutes left to play in this first half, and punch another one in and go up 2 scores. It's going to be tough in the second half.
First and 10, 41-yard line at Franklin's own territory are the Cougars, and the handoff goes there to Ernie Powers. Gain is 2 yards on the pickup. Under 5 to go here in the first half. Cougars up by 6 points. 23-17 is the score. Let's do this. Let's go out to Joe Rodriguez. He's got an update. It is Irvin taking on Mountain View. Joe, take it away.
9:34 to go in the third quarter, and it is the Irving Rockets leading the Mountain View Lobos by the score of 20-14. Irving is in the middle of the first possession of the second half. Sixth play of the drive coming up. We are at an injury timeout. It is first and 10 for the Irving Rockets at the Mountain View 44-yard line. I'll go ahead and send it back to you on the studio. With 9:34 to go in the third quarter, it is Irving leading Mountain View 20-14.
Good stuff, Joe. Appreciate that. Irvin on their first possession on offense in the second half. They lead by 6, 20-14 against Mountain View. Franklin just crossed midfield thanks to a nice run by Atreyu De La Riva. Under 4 minutes to go here in this opening half. Cougars lead by 6, 23-17. Paul, bring you back here for this one as Cougars cross midfield.
Over the left side behind your favorite tackle, Justin Morales, who, boy, did he just kick somebody out.
And another run there by Atreyu De La Riva. It goes for another 10 yards. Another first-round pickup there by the Cougars. Call that a gain down to the 38-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Franklin, traveling here all the way down to, like I said, the 38-yard line.
And this is the De La Riva drive. 4 straight carries for him as they give Powers a little bit of a rest. No, he's back there now.
3:40 to go here. First half action. Cougars up 23-17 down to the Eastwood 38-yard line. We'll get out to Steve Escajeda and J.D. Sursley here in just a moment. Ernie Powers takes the play here on first and 10. He gets about 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to keep going here on these final minutes here of the first half. Let's do this. Let's go out to Steve Escajeda. He's got an update for us. Del Valle and Hank. Steve, give us the latest.
Well, not much of an update, guys. It's a homecoming halftime, so we're about 3 minutes from the start of the second half. But just to reiterate, 54-0 Del Valle all over Hanks tonight. Just to reiterate what Jake Fetty has done tonight, the quarterback for Del Valle, we said 13 out of 15, 322 yards, 8 touchdown passes. This is the kind of night he's had. He finished the half with 11 straight completions. And how about this? Of his last 9 passes altogether in that first half, 7 of them went for touchdowns. And so far in that first half, again, Del Valle, 13.5 yards per play to 1.6 yards a play for Hanks. Again, total domination. We're just about to kick off here for the second half. It is Del Valle all over Hanks, 54-0.
Great stuff, Steve. Appreciate that. Let's keep it moving here. Franklin comes out. It's a 3rd-and-1 situation. Ball at the 29-yard line of Eastwood, and it looks like Franklin's going to get the first down there on the pickup thanks to Atreyu De La Riva. The Trooper defense wanted a 4th down, but the chains will move, and it's a 1st and 10 situation. Ball at the 28-yard line. Cougars, another fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the opening half.
And I think more importantly, clock just ticked under 2 minutes. Franklin wants to take every second of this clock off and find a way to put some points on the board going to the break.
1st and 10 situation. Cougars down to the 28-yard line. Lead by 6. 23-17 is the score for them against Eastwood. Handoff goes, and a late flag out for this one. As we'll take a little breather on this one to sort out the flag situation. And let's go out back to the phone lines. It's next up with us here on the program is going to be J.D. Sursley. We've got El Dorado, Parkland, a lot of fireworks in this one. Last we heard, it was 41-28. J.D., give us the latest of this one.
All right, we're finally at halftime with all that scoring. I thought we were never going to get there, but it's El Dorado Aztecs 42, the Parkland Matadors 28. That one sole defensive stop of the entire first half may be the key to winning this game if there's no defense yet again in the second half. But we'll go to Parkland. Jaden Macias, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Jesse Molina, the quarterback for Parkland, 142 yards in the air. And then, of course, the leading running back of the city of El Paso, Texas, so far right now, Ryan Estrada, number 1 running back for El Dorado High School, 19 carries, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's leading, and he's showing why he's carrying them over and over, and then they're just scoring at will. So it is El Dorado Aztecs 42, your Parkville Matadors 28 at halftime.
Good stuff there. Appreciate that. J.D. Sursley, 42-28 at the half. El Dorado leading Parkland. As Franklin is backed up for this one, they're facing 1st and 21. Ball at the 39-yard line of the Troopers. Franklin still in enemy territory, but backed up now with the clock winding. Less than 90 seconds to go here in the opening half.
And you wonder how many yards Ryan Estrada is going to run for in that El Dorado game. As long as Dorado Parkland stays close, there's no reason for them to stop giving him the ball.
Garza's going to take it, but he fumbles it here on this play on second down. May have gone out of bounds. So let's see what the refs call. They're going to say Franklin hangs on, and that's just going to bring up second and maybe about 12 for the Cougars. Ball at the 30-yard line of the Troopers. So we'll keep this moving. We'll keep things moving on our side. Let's go out to Joey Panisi. We've got an update. Clint Austin, a back-and-forth matchup out of the 4A ranks. Joey, take it away.
Yes, with 6:16 left in the third quarter from Austin High School, it is now Clint 15, Austin 8. Clint opened up the half with an onside kick that rolled all the way down to the 10-yard line where they recovered it. 4 plays later, Emmanuel Navarrete caught a 7-yard TD pass from Brandon Quesada. It fooled everybody in the stadium because Brandon Quesada kind of bellied it to the left and then spun out to his right and just lobbed it into the end zone. And there was Emmanuel Navarrete, freshman, 7-yard TD, and then Navarrete kicks the point after touchdown. Austin fumbled. Clint recovered on the kickoff, and then the very next play, Clint fumbled and Austin recovered. So Austin's now at the 40-yard line of Clint with 6 minutes and 16 seconds left. We have Clint 15, Austin 8.
Good stuff, Joey. Appreciate that. As we continue, let's go out to Angel Torres. 1-6A matchup. It is Pebble Hills taking on Montwood. Let's get a quick update. Angel, take it away.
Guys, the score is still 21-0, but Montwood is lined up with 2 seconds left at the 2-yard line. And does he get in? He doesn't. Oh, he does get in. Quarterback Damian Briona scores for Montwood right as the time expires. It is 21-6 Montwood with the pending extra point right after.
Great stuff, Angel. We'll assume that one is 21-7 unless you text us otherwise. Pebble Hills up 21-7 against Montwood there, as you heard. It was a third down situation for the Franklin Cougars, Paul. I'll bring you back for this one. Under a minute to go in the first half, Franklin leads Eastwood 23-17. Ball at the 30-yard line. It was a third down situation. A halfback run to Ernie Powers didn't go anywhere, and that'll bring up fourth down here for the Cougars, correct?
Yeah, it looked like Miguel Solis, who sliced in and made the one-on-one tackle. Is a flag on the penalty. They've yet to announce it. Likely a hold. No unsportsmanlike conduct versus the Westsiders from Franklin High School. And there goes any thoughts of a field goal. The down should count. The unsportsmanlike will be a dead ball. So it should be fourth down, and I think it was 9 at 15 to that. Fourth down and 24.
All right, there you go. You heard it. Fourth down, 24.
Ball's already back at the 43. They didn't even march it. You got to love that.
So it looks like either Franklin will probably punt this one away here with under a minute to go here in the first half. See what Eastwood elects to do. Remember, to start this one off in this one, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but I believe the Troopers started off the game, so I believe Franklin will get the ball here to start the second half.
Eastwood did get the first kick, so yeah. Punt definitely coming, and Eastwood will not sit on his ball. The first thing, well, number one, that's Jude Walker back there. He does have a punt return for a touchdown this season. Let's see if he gets any room. I would kick it out of bounds if I had a choice.
Let's see what Franklin elects to do here. It's fourth down situation. I fear going away from this one, but we'll do it quickly. Sebastian Perez Navarro, it's Burgess High School and Horizon. We've got an update out there. Sebastian, take it away.
Thank you, guys. There's 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Burgess Mustangs really just galloped into the end zone in one play. At the start of the third quarter, Luke Dexter Quinn took it in from 67 yards out. However, when Horizon received the ball, they did a little bit things differently because they reached the end zone thanks to a 39-yard pass from sophomore quarterback Julian Williams, finding senior Sergio Santana. Currently, Horizon back on the offensive after Burgess stalled. Loading it up deep downfield, it'll be incomplete, almost intercepted. So with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, it's the Mustangs 23-7 leading the Scorpions.
Good stuff there, Sebastian. Appreciate that. Burgess all over Horizon, like you just heard, 23-7. Let's run down our Ignitify scoreboard right now. Here in our 915 Tours Game of the Week, first half action, Franklin leads Eastwood 23-17. Pebble Hills leads Mawood 21-7 in another 6A matchup. Also right now in 4A, Irvin on top of Mountain View 20-14. Del Valle all over Hanks 54-0. 8 touchdown passes for Jake Fetty in that game. Also, you just heard from Sebastian, Burgess up 23-7 against Horizon in that game. Also a great game. This is a different division, but same district. It is El Dorado leading Parkland 42-28. That is our Ignitify scoreboard here. Also want to mention, of course, like we talked about earlier, out of the 4A ranks, Clint leading Austin 15-8. That's our Ignitify scoreboard right now. Hey, if you're looking for reliable AC service here in El Paso, well, look no further. It's Ignitify. They've got you covered with over 20 years of experience and a glowing 5-star rating on Google. Ignitify is the experts that you could trust. Go on to ignitifyep.com to get started today. We are here for our 915 Tours Game of the Week. And the Cougars lead the Troopers 23-17. Under a minute to go. A lot of conversations going on between the refs and the coaching staffs here as this 4th and 25 is trying to get underway here, Paul.
Yeah, we haven't run a play since you send the show off to Sebastian at Burgess Mustang High School. I don't know what we're discussing. This is the second time we've had one of these lengthy 4-minute debates down there.
I hear you on that right there. As we continue here, our 915 Tours Game of the Week. This one's an exciting one and has been back and forth. Speaking of back and forth, a close one to begin, El Dorado Parkland, but now the Aztecs breaking away a bit. 42-28. That's the last score we hear from J.D. Sursley. That's an excellent matchup. But another excellent one, Irvin Mountain View. The Rockets were on the move. Curious to hear if the Rockets end up scoring on that one or if they failed to score and in return, Mountain View gets the ball and see what they can do to try to tie things up.
Yeah, not to mention Austin Clint 15-8. Clint with that lead. Clint finds a way to knock off Austin. Man, you just put 1-4A on its heels.
No, exactly. That's a good point in itself. Let's keep things moving here. We are continuing out at Eastwood High School, and it looks like we've got players ready to resume here as a 4th down continues. Want to also give a big shout-out to one of our other sponsors, Union Draft House, our post-game headquarter destination. They've got 100 beers on tap, daily food and drink specials, and 6 locations here in El Paso. They're located off Tierra Este. They're located off Eastlake, located off George Dieter, Sunland, Canyons at Cimarron, and now open out at Trans Mountain. Follow them on social media at the Union Draft House to learn more about daily specials. As 4th down just took place here for the Cougars, they boomed that punt. It's a touchback situation, and now the Troopers will have it. 47 seconds left here in the opening half, down 6 points, Paul.
And Adrian, you know Eastwood's not going to sit on this. They're going to come out and they're going to sling it. Maybe something good happens for them. Maybe something good happens for the Franklin defense. Whoever puts points on the board in these last 47 seconds, if somebody does, it's always huge to score points going into halftime. It's a big stop for the Eastwood defense with the help of that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But as I said, half not over, 47 seconds. A lot could still happen between these two teams.
Andre Sainz comes out. He's got 3 trips to his right. 2 receivers split out left. 47 seconds left here. Ball at the 20-yard line. Sainz drops back, 3-step drop. He's looking to pass. He's being pressured heavily. Call it a sack, and the Cougars get to the quarterback. Yeah, that's a big one right there, and that's Big 73. They love him, and that's why a lot of other schools love him. That's Justin Morales.
Going both ways. A little defense along with that terrific left tackle work. Yeah, he looks like a giant out there.
Under 30 seconds to go here. Signs is going to roll out. He's going to throw it quickly. He gets to his target. That's Jude Walker who grabs it. Great catch there. Clock is running. Actually, it's going to stop briefly while they reset this one.
29 yards to the 44.
All the way up to the 44-yard line, just like you heard there from Paul. And Signs will come out, go quickly here for the Troopers. Timeout there for Julio Lopez. And he wanted his team to go a little quicker there on that one.
Yeah, some extra seconds ticked off the clock from 15 all the way down to 11. We'll see if they can get them to put some time on. You hear the coaches yelling 18 seconds. They want to get back on the clock. Every time you throw the ball past the sticks, it's a first down. But with 18 seconds, assuming that's what they put back up, you're figuring maybe Eastwood has 4 plays max, at the very least 3.
11 seconds to go, just like you mentioned, Cougars lead the Troopers 23-17. First half action out here. Our 9-1-5 Tours game of the week. Wow, what a first half this has been. What a long first half too, Paul. We're about to be 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, about 13 minutes of those were discussions amongst the officials and the coaches. Don't forget the Eastwood sophomore lefty, Derek Messer, already has a 32-yard field goal in this one and looked like he hit it pretty easily. So you've got to figure if Eastwood gets inside, let's say, the 25-yard line where they can maybe try a 40-yard field goal, they'd take a crack at that. Or they'd just throw for the end zone. Jude Walker's nice and tall. They may just throw it up like they did a play back.
Let's go out to Irvin and Mountain View. Joe Rodriguez with the latest. Joe, you take it away.
2:40 to go in the third quarter, and it is Irving leading Mountain View by the score of 20-14. Another interception by Marco Iniquez for the Urban Rockets, getting the ball at the Mountain View 49-yard line. Right now, we are on the 10th play of the drive. The Urban Rockets, it's first and goal at the Mountain View 4-yard line, and it is not without any news or drama. Dallas Medina decided to keep the ball, got it to the 4-yard line of the Mountain View Lobos, and was injured on that play. He is sitting out right now. The backup quarterback is in for the Urban Rockets. Number 13 hands off the ball to number 14 for the Urban Rockets, and he goes in for the touchdown for the Urban Rockets to make it 26-14. Mike Medina on the 4-yard carry, extra point coming up. I will go ahead and send it back to you all in the studio with 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Urban leads Mountain View by a score of 26-14.
Joe, I'm going to assume it's 27-14 unless you tell us otherwise. Unless you say that he missed the extra point, which I'll be awaiting your text in case that ends up being the case. I'll assume it's Irvin 27-14 against Mountain View, pending that extra point right there when it's all said and done. But, wow, you just heard it there, Paul. A long drive by the Rockets ends up in a touchdown, and now the Rockets go up 2 touchdowns.
Well, what a job John Elliott has done out there. A little new blood, and it's like the Irvin Rockets are a different team, looking to go to 3-1 in district tonight. Of course, Mountain View not going away yet. Also, by the way, the Eastwood Troopers not going away, but Alex Sanchez, a crossing route, wide open, the 35-yard line. The ball hit him, in his chest area, and he just let it drop. Could have gotten inside the 30s we spoke of, but as it is, with just a couple of seconds left in the half, Eastwood's at the 50-yard line. Injury timeout on the field. We're going to see what kind of arm Signs has. I doubt he can reach the end zone from here.
Yeah, half is approaching here out at Eastwood High School. It feels like these final minutes here have taken eternity out here in East El Paso, interestingly enough. But halftime approaching. Franklin up 23-17 against Eastwood. We'll get the final play out here. Then we'll get to J.D. Sursley and then Angel Torres for other updates. It looks like another timeout will be taken. So let's do this. Let's go out to J.D. Sursley, the latest with El Dorado Parkland. J.D., you take it away.
All righty, so we're about 5 minutes left for the third quarter to start. It is El Dorado 42 and Parkland Matadors 28. For those that are just chiming in, Jaden Macias from Parkland, your workhorse with 119 yards, 2 touchdowns at halftime. And then Ryan Estrada, the number 1 running back in the city. Of course, he's 19 carries, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. I do have, a great update. So 2 weeks ago, I was here at Parkland and a young kid, number 43, Terry Valerio, gets escorted by ambulance. Things are going, awry. He's in a wheelchair, but he does have a walker. And I spoke to his mother. She said that the doctors expect him to have a full recovery. It was a pinched nerve in his spinal cord. Just time and pacing it and then progression, he should make a full recovery to be able to walk and do all the great things again that he wants to. So that's a good thing. And then so is El Dorado High School, Aztecs 42, Parkland Matadors 28, 4 minutes left to start the third quarter.
Thank you very much, JD. Appreciate that. You just heard it right there. El Dorado Parkland and the Aztecs with a lead in this one, Paul. As we bring it back here, it's halftime. Franklin leads Eastwood 23-17, and some drama here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Sines took a sack. He was trying to run around, create time. Gets hit, ball comes out. Gerald Williams jumps on it for the Cougars. Everybody's going after. There was a penalty flag late. If that flag is on Eastwood, they would actually step off that penalty and would have one more untimed down. The officials are still talking out at midfield as both teams go to their locker rooms. So this ought to be interesting.
Yeah, most definitely on this one. Let's do this. We are long overdue for a timeout. Let's take a break right here. It is halftime, our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Franklin leads Eastwood 23-17. We'll hear from Angel Torres right after the break, and we'll hear from more here. You're listening to Week 7 Football Friday Night right here on 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, it is halftime out here. It's our 915 Tours game of the week, and it is Franklin leading Eastwood 23-17. Week 7 action continues here on Football Friday Night. I'm Adrian Broaddus. Along with me is Paul McKinnon. We're taking you through a busy Week 7 action and slate of high school football all across El Paso. Let's get you out to our Ignitify scoreboard right now. Franklin up 23-17 against Eastwood. Pebble Hills leads Montwood 21-7. We'll hear from Angel Torres here in just a little bit. Irvin, you just heard from Joe Rodriguez. They get on the board, and they lead Mountain View by 2 touchdowns, 27-14. Del Valle has broken off and continues to add to their score total. They now lead Hanks 68-0. Wow. That's third quarter action. Steve Escajeda with the latest on that game right now, and appreciate Steve for the update on Twitter and X. Also, appreciate Sebastian Perez Navarro. Burgess leads Horizon 23-7. We'll hear from him in just a moment. El Dorado with a 42-28 advantage against Parkland, and then Clint leads Austin 15-8. Going over to another game on El Paso's east side. We just mentioned it. It's Pebble Hills Montwood. Let's hear the latest. Angel Torres will have the latest for us. Angel, take it away.
It is halftime where Pebble Hills leads Montwood 21-7 in a critical District 1-6A matchup. Pebble Hills running back Varian Quarles has shouldered the load, carrying the ball 15 times for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. His partner in crime, quarterback Joe Fernandez, has only thrown 4 passes with 2 incompletions, but he does have a 30-yard touchdown pass to wideout Sebastian Carvajal. For Montwood, quarterback Damian Diano has gone 12 for 26 for 77 yards and an interception, but was able to come up clutch and score from 2 yards out as time expired. Teams are making their way back out onto the field with Pebble Hills set for the second half kickoff, but Pebble Hills still leads 21-7. Guys?
Great job, Angel. Appreciate that. As we continue, you heard it there. Pebble Hills up 21-7 at the half against Montwood. Critical 1-6A matchup. I totally agree with that comment right there. Let's swing it over to another matchup right now. Let's go to Sebastian Perez Navarro. It's Burgess Horizon. Sebastian, give us the latest for this game.
Thank you, guys. Currently, we are at the start of the fourth. It's 30-7. After the Horizon Scorpions turned it over on downs early on in the third quarter, Marcus Sanchez was able to connect with Jaden Bowser, 29-yard pass, in which set up the Burgess Mustangs in prime positioning for junior Nezhal Cisneros to punch it into the end zone from 6 yards out. The extra point was good, and we stand for Mustang country. 30-7. Advantage Burgess.
Good stuff, Sebastian. Appreciate that. Burgess extending their lead, and they're up 30-7 against Horizon. Great job there, Sebastian. I appreciate that. Paul McKinnon, I'm going to bring you in on this one right before we get back out to the phone lines and go to Joey Panisi. Let me ask you this one right here. We're watching our 915 Tours game of the week. It's the Cougars. It's the Troopers. It's a 6-point game, and it's Franklin on top here, 23-17. Give us the scoring rundown here for this one.
Well, thanks. Eastwood, of course, got the opening kickoff and broke the ice. The sophomore kicker, Derek Messer, 32-yard field goal with 8:05 left to play in the first quarter. Eastwood takes the quick 3-0 lead. But here's where things changed. Eastwood got the ball deep in their own end after a missed 27-yard J.P. Soto field goal. They couldn't move it out of punt formation. High snap to the punter, Gomez. Goes through his hands out of the end zone. Can you say momentum, Turner? 3-2. He on the fumbled snap, he winds up kicking the ball out of bounds. They call that an unsportsmanlike penalty as opposed to a typical delay of game. What that penalty has normally been 5 yards. So half the distance from the free kick spot, the 20, kicks from the 10. And what do you know? Franklin all of a sudden has the football at the Eastwood 40-yard line. And it didn't take long. 3rd down and long. A little throwback screen to one Mr. Ernie Powers. 108 yards in the first half, by the way. Looking for his 3rd 200-yard game of the season. And also, by the way, his career since he was injured the entirety of 2023. But Powers on the 37-yard throwback down the left sideline. Goes through a couple of guys at the 3-yard line. And Franklin takes the 9-3 lead. just a play later, that's when Stone Jessup picked off the quarterback Signs. Eastwood third-string quarterback tonight, Andre Signs, takes over for Ethan Camacho Williams, who played a week ago. He's got a sock on one of his calves, so maybe a little dinged up, but Signs, the quarterback tonight, throws the pick. Stone Jessup with a big INT, and that sets the stage from the 41-yard line of the Eastwood Troopers. Santiago Perez, he makes one of these every week. Well, this time another roll pass, 9-yard touchdown catch for the sophomore with 11:54 to play in the half. 16-3, Franklin out to the 13-point lead. That's when Eastwood came right back. Again, Franklin, their typical not onside kick, just their typical kickoff. They squib it, and they pray that they maybe cover one. They figure we kick off 7 or 8 times, maybe we'll get one of them. Well, not yet so far, but it hasn't mattered. Eastwood takes charge. The running back runs a seam route to Jaden Martinez. 28 yards all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that's when they go get the receiver, Walker, and they line him up, Wildcat, give him the deep snap. Jude Walker, he goes for a yard. 9:45 to play in a half, 16-10. Eastwood back within 6. Maybe finally snatch the momentum away from Franklin, but as our buddy Brandon Cohn would say, not so fast, my friend, because Franklin drives it 65 yards, a big 33-yard run. Again, misdirection out of Powers. You add a 15-yard personal foul penalty on top of that one, and then it was Atreyu De La Riva, the junior running back from there. I think back in the day, before your time, Adrian, they called Kick and Zonka for the Miami Dolphins, Super Bowl 7 and 8. They won back-to-back. They called them Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I can't remember which was which. I think Kick was the Sundance Kid. Well, that's kind of what Powers and De La Riva have going. De La Riva, the 10-yard touchdown run with 7:54 to go in the half. Turn the lead to 23-10, but incredibly importantly, I think, for the Eastwood Troopers, from the 49-yard line, a 49-yard drive, and again, it was just athleticism. We've said really the lone weapon for the Eastwood offense is Jude Walker. Made a terrific play. Signs threw it up on a line amongst 4 guys, 2 troopers, 2 Cougars. Walker found it. He caught it inside the 5, and from about the 3-yard line, he just powered his way in. Huge touchdown, 23-17. The Eastwood Trooper defense actually gets the stop late in the first half, and that's how we go to the locker room. 23-17. Franklin Cougars lead it. I think the Eastwood Troopers probably feeling fortunate. They're only down 6. As you said previously, Franklin does get the second half kickoff. I think I mentioned Ernie Powers, 108 yards rushing for the Cougars. He is powering their offense, and of course the throwback screen for 35 yards, their biggest offensive play of the night.
Good stuff there, Paul. Appreciate that. As we continue, let's do this. Let's go out to Joey Panisi. He's got Clint Austin. Joey, take it away.
From Austin High School, with 8:40 left in the fourth quarter, the score is now Austin 21, Clint 15. We missed a lot of action, guys, with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Oscar Flores finally broke loose for a 10-yard touchdown. Made it good. He runs it in immediately on the same play, and Austin gets called for an unsportsmanlike, so they back it up to the 38-yard line, and Uriel Paniagua makes it good from there. Well, here he goes again. Goodness gracious, Sal Duarte, I was just going to tell you, he's still running. That's good for a 33-yard run for Sal Duarte down to the Clint 16-yard line. Minutes ago, he broke 3 tackles from the 47 and ran it in 53 yards for a touchdown for Austin. They missed the point after. That made it 21-15, but it looks like Austin's come to life right here. Oh, they're calling it back. So anyway, with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left, I'm too excited. In the fourth quarter, it's Austin 21, Clint 15.
Wow, what a comeback there by the Panthers. Good stuff there, Joey. Austin all the way back. They lead Clint 21-15. They've done it before, Paul, and they did it again here tonight. 4A action out at Army Key Stadium, and the Panthers have swung back this game and lead 21-15 against Clint.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not like they haven't been there before, but traditional wisdom says a team like Austin that just wants to pound the football, they can't get behind because it takes too long to catch up pounding it out, but that hasn't been the case with them. They were down a couple of scores a couple of weeks ago against Sleta, and all they did was give the ball to the big boy, Oscar Flores, brought him over from the defensive side. They used the sophomore Sal Duarte to kind of tenderize things. He gets his 200-plus yards in 3 quarters of play, and then they bring in Flores as the closer, and that seems like what they're doing tonight. And, what worked a couple of weeks ago seems like it's working again tonight versus Clint.
Yeah, most definitely. What a game out there. Love that one. Austin back, and they lead 21-15 over Clint. Let's do this. Let's take a timeout right now. 7 minutes to go here at halftime. Franklin leads Eastwood in our 915 Tours Game of the Week 23-17. We'll get out to our full Ignitify scoreboard and our out-of-town scoreboard as well when we come back. You're listening to Football Friday Night Week 7 right here on 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, welcome back. It is Week 7. It is Texas high school football action. You're listening to Football Friday Night here, 600 ESPN El Paso. I'm Adrian Broadus. Joined with me is Paul McKinnon. We are into our second hour of our broadcast and our coverage here for Football Friday Night Week 7. Bo Bagley back in action next week. You won't hear from me in the studio anymore, Paul. You'll get a chance to hear from our very own Bo Bagley here moving forward. And here in our 915 Tours Game of the Week, we're under 5 minutes away from getting ready here for the second half action. It is Franklin 23, Eastwood 17. Excellent slate of games here tonight. Let's run down our Ignitify scoreboard here. Also, out of the 6A ranks, Pebble Hills leads Montwood 21-7. Going over to the 4A ranks, Irvin on top of Mountain View 27-14. How about Austin rallying back to lead Clint 21-15? They did it earlier in the year, and now they're doing it again here this time around. Going over to 5A, Del Valle leads Hanks. I believe the score now is 71-0.
Wow.
We heard the latest there from Steve Escajeda, and that's what we've got here. It is 71-0. And that is after a Diego Fausto field goal. 71-0 Del Valle over Hanks here in the fourth quarter. Going over to that Burgess Horizon game, we've got an update. We hear from Sebastian Perez Navarro that Horizon back on the board, but no problem. Mustangs still lead comfortably. Burgess leads that one 30-13. And then also El Dorado leads Parkland 42-28. That's your Ignitify scoreboard right now. We also have Canutillo, a score there. They're all over Jefferson, 51-0. They're in action here tonight as well, Paul. I'll send it over your way in case you got any other scores on your side.
Yeah, looking at some out-of-town stuff. Don't have them all so far, but District 2-6A, that's the group that Eastwood and Franklin, if they're fortunate enough to find their way into the playoffs, they'll be going up against this team. The only score from that district so far, Midland Legacy, which had an amazingly rough non-district schedule. They played teams like Lake Travis, Allen they took a beating from, but started the district schedule tonight. Legacy late fourth quarter up all over San Angelo Central, 42-29, they lead that one. Other scores go to District 2-5A. Abilene moves to 3-0 in that district with a 59-40 win over Lubbock Coronado. Amarillo moves to 2-1 with a 56-3 win over 1-5 now Amarillo Caprock. Monterey smashes Lubbock. Remember, Monterey beat this Franklin team pretty easily up in Lubbock. I think that was 34-14 tonight. It's 70-7. They beat Lubbock, moved to 2-1 in that district. Down to the other 5A, Abilene Wiley. All over Paladuro, moves to 5-1 on the year. 70-28, they win that one. Lubbock Cooper, always the boss of their district, 43-17. They beat the other Coopers, Abilene Cooper. Also get down to 4A, Canyon Randall moves to 6-0 on the season. District openers for all these guys. Dumas takes the loss, 27-17. And finally, Pampa evens their record at 3-3 on the season, 1-0 in the district as they take down Tuffy Hereford, 35-25. Hereford drops to 4-2 on the season. And for the moment, Adrian Broadus, that is your out-of-town scoreboard.
There you go, and we're getting ready for second half action. Cougars, Troopers, and Franklin with a 6-point advantage, 23-17 as we get going here on the program. Let's go out to our phone lines right now. Let's go to Joe Rodriguez with an update. Irvin Mountain View. Joe, you take it away.
8:32 left in the ball game, and it is Irvin leading the Mountain Lobos by a score of 27-14. After my last report, both of these offenses have stuttered a bit, punching the ball, not getting a whole lot going. Mountain View's getting desperate, trying to throw the ball, which is their strong suit, to try and get back in the game, while Irvin is trying to play clock management and running the ball, something that they don't do a whole lot of. So it's led to a lot of non-action offensively for both teams. 8:23 to go in the ball game right now, and Matt Salazar is in for the Mountain View Lobos. Matt Salazar broke his leg in the preseason in the scrimmage against Fort Hays. He just went in, and immediately he was dealt. The quarterback for the Mountain View Lobos connected on his very first pass, 32 yards, but then threw an interception, unfortunately, which brings us to where we're at right now. 1st and 10 at the Mountain View 44 or 45-yard line for the Urban Rockets. We'll go ahead and send it back to you all at Eastwood with 8:18 to go in the ball game. It is Urban leads Mountain View 27-14. First down run
Thank you very much, Joe Rod. We will continue with you, and give us a call when your game is up so we can get a final report from you as well. Let's go out to J.D. Sursley. An update. It's Parkland taking on El Dorado. At last we heard, Aztecs held a lead in this one. J.D., take it away.
All right, 6:33 left in the third quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 49, Parkland Matadors 28. Parkland receives the second half kickoff, comes out flat, and some odd play calling by the coaches and decision time. They go for it on fourth down on their own 48. And, of course, turnover on downs. El Dorado gets a good close field position. So Ryan Estrada, who else, runs it for a 6-yard touchdown run to expand the lead. Parkland Matadors driving. The refs have made this game a bit interesting, too, trying to figure out which flag goes to which team. And then Parkland just scores a touchdown. So they get back some momentum. And El Dorado Aztecs 49, Parkland Matadors 34 with a touchdown, 5:48 or 5:58 left in the third quarter.
Okay, good stuff there, JD. We'll let you gather your notes. We'll get back out to you here in a bit. Pending that extra point, if anything changes, shoot us a text right away. But we're going to assume that the extra point is good. So pending that extra point, El Dorado up 49-35 against Parkland. Matadors score after they were unable to score in their opening possession of the second half. Then El Dorado went up by 3 touchdowns. Now they cut the lead to 2 touchdowns here after that Parkland score. 49-35. That is the score right there. El Dorado up against Parkland. This one just getting underway here. Our 915 Tours game of the week. It is Franklin who received the ball. They've got the ball at their own 35-yard line starting off here. 1st and 10 situation. Cougars lead by 6 points in this one. Coming out, shotgun formation. Lucas Garza hands that ball off. It's Atreyu De La Riva who finds a nice hole and is going to get the first down with ease. 1st and 10 up to the Cougar 45-yard line there, Paul.
And Adrian, we finally solved the mystery of the tag into the first half. Eastwood kicked off from the Franklin 45-yard line, which means either a personal foul or an unsportsmanlike win against the Franklin Cougars. Once again, I must say, a lot of flags going the Cougars' way here at Eastwood Trooper Stadium, but Franklin recovers the typical onside kick, and here they go, 1st and 10 from their own 45.
Let's do this. Let's go out to Joey Panisi. It is Austin taking on Clint. Joey, give us the latest. Austin rallied back to this one to lead 21-15. What has changed since then?
Yes, from Austin High School with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score remains Austin 21, Clint 15. Austin is getting ready to punt, and the snap goes over the punter's head back at the 22-yard line. The soccer kicks it. Flag on the play, but it looks like Clint's going to take over at the 20, so they're not dead yet. So Clint will take over at the 20-yard line with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game. What have we got so far?
Good stuff there, Joey. I appreciate that. That report, give us a report if you get a scoring update here as we continue. As now 10:50 to go here in the third quarter, our 915 Tours game of the week. Franklin scores via a 51-yard rushing touchdown. It's Ernie Powers who scores on that one. Paul, just another outstanding touchdown there for the junior running back here for Franklin.
Yeah, wound up down the right sidelines, but actually they just tried the middle, and he kind of muddled around a little bit. Nobody from Eastwood wrapped him up, and he bounced it out down along the right sidelines, and he was off to the races. For a big, powerful guy, you just got to see how fast Ernie Powers really is.
So point after attempt is good, and that means Franklin up 30-17, our 915 Tours game of the week. 10:50 to go here in the third quarter as we continue. Let's go out to the phone lines right now. Steve Escajeda is back with us. Del Valle all over Hank. Steve, give us the latest.
We've got a final score here at Del Valle. Del Valle scored 29 seconds into the game, and it never got any better than that. Final score 71-0. Del Valle over Hanks. I'll tell you what, they moved to 6-0 on the season, 5-0 in District 158 Division 2. With the loss, Hanks drops to 4-2 on the season, 2-2 in district play. And Jake Fetty, the quarterback of Del Valle, what a night he had tonight. 13 out of 15 through the air, 322 yards, 8 whopping touchdown passes tonight to a bevy of receivers. 5 different receivers caught touchdowns tonight. I guess most notable, Josiah Nunez caught 3 of those passes for 65 yards, all 3 of those for touchdowns. Total yards, 526 for Del Valle to 45 for Hanks. Total annihilation tonight, almost 13 yards per attempt per play tonight for Del Valle. And again, they led from start to finish. And in fact, at the end, Diego Fausto added a 23-yard field goal with 2 minutes to go to make it 71-0. For Del Valle next Friday night, they're going to travel to Horizon, try to keep that undefeated streak going. While Hanks tries to recover, they will host El Paso High next Friday night. Again, final score here from Del Valle. We expected a close one. We did not get one. Del Valle all over Hanks, 71-0.
Thank you very much, Steve. That's the final score, 71-0. Del Valle defeats Hanks here tonight. We'll see you out at Union Draft House, our post-game destination, our post-game headquarters here when this one is all said and done. Let's go back out to the phone lines right now. Let's waste no time out here. Let's go out to Sebastian Perez Navarro for an update. It's Burgess taking on Horizon. Sebastian, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Currently, there is a clock malfunction at Burgess, so the time is unknown. Nonetheless, it's 30-19, with the Mustangs taking the lead. However, after the initial touchdown from Cisneros, Horizon was able to capitalize with a 1-yard touchdown pass to Jacob Olivo. Simultaneously, after getting the onside kick back in the possession of the Scorpions, Julian Williams found Sergio Santana from 19 yards out for his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And Santana's second touchdown reception. Again, the time is unknown, but currently Burgess has the ball at the 39-yard line of the Horizon Scorpions, up 30-19.
Ooh, a little bit of a comeback that the Scorpions trying to mount there. Good stuff there, Sebastian. Appreciate that. Fourth quarter action, Burgess up 30-19 against Horizon. Back over here to our 915 Tours game of the week. Eastwood down to the Franklin 27-yard line. How did they get there, you might ask, Paul? It's an onside kick that was failed on that attempt, and as a result, it's the Troopers who are all the way down to the 27-yard line. On 3rd and 4, it was a pass interference penalty against the Cougars. They'll move forward. They'll get the first down, and Eastwood threatening the score here on this this possession right here.
And remember, in high school and college, you can't get more than 15 yards. So scrimmage currently the 27. This ought to get them down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Still waiting to walk it off.
Yeah, no doubt. But for the Troopers, they've been able to capitalize on great field position all night tonight.
And the penalties haven't hurt. Did I mention that Franklin's getting a lot of them?
Good point there. 9:55 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Franklin Cougars lead the Eastwood Troopers 30-17. Troopers knocking on the door, though, down to the 12-yard line. See what they can do here. 1st and 10 action. It is Science coming out. Drops back to pass. He's rolling out to his right. He finds his target. It's Jaden Martinez who gets in, and it's fumbled in the end zone. And it looks like this one will go to the – let's see what the refs are going to call here. Looked like he broke the plane.
Should be a touchback.
It looks like they're going to be talking about a touchback here when it's all said and done. The refs have been deliberating all night long. And to come up with a decision like this one right here for them, it's been difficult.
All the Franklin players, the defenders, of course, signaling safety, which is why they probably play defense, not a safety. They're hoping they're going to say touchback. Ref's still talking about it. I think their first question, did Jaden Martinez break the plane before the fumble? I don't think he did. I think he was still on the field to play.
Yeah, and they're going to call it a touchback. It is a fumble by Jaden Martinez. He had a touchdown there instead. They're going to call, they're going to say that he coughed it up. Touchback in the back of the end zone, and as a result, the Cougars will take over at their 20-yard line.
Second time in 2 weeks, the Troopers have come a popper at the end zone. Remember Ethan Camacho Williams a week ago trying to run inside the 5-yard line, fumbled it into the end zone. Dominic Soto, one of his 3 first-half turnovers for Eastlake. Remember, he had an 83-yard pick six on the first possession. Also had another interception at the 2-yard line as Eastlake eventually ran away with the victory against Eastwood.
Let's go back out to the phone lines right now. Welcome back, Joey Panisi. An update. Clint, Austin, what a fantastic game this has been. Joey, take it away.
Fantastic isn't the word from Austin High School with 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. The score is now Clint 22, Austin 21. It all began when the snap for a punt from Austin went over the punter's head. Clint recovered it on the 20. 2 plays later, Angel Belize ran it in from 4 yards out. Point after touchdown's good. And Clint just onside kicks it to Austin, and Austin will take over from the 42-yard line with 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the ball game. Things really came to life here in about the last 5 minutes of this ball game, but let's see what Austin can do. So from Austin High School, 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the ball game. It's Clint 22, Austin 21.
What a comeback there, and what a back-and-forth game. First a comeback by Austin, and now retaking the lead is the Clint Lions, Paul. What a back-and-forth matchup, and now 22-21, Lions with the lead.
And it sounds like special teams let them down a little bit, not able to really kick the football off. Joey said an onside kick as opposed to maybe a squib. If it's an onside, that means Austin's getting the ball around midfield somewhere with a little over a minute. They've done it before. They could do it again. Odiel Paniawa already had a 28-yard extra point tonight. And he has made clutch kicks in the past. I reflect back to the Ysleta game a couple of weeks ago.
And here, as we continue, it's a fourth down situation, a quick 3-and-out by the Franklin Cougars. A nice defensive effort there by the Eastwood Troopers. They'll get the ball back here. I would say the ball goes out of bounds right around the Eastwood 35-yard line. So that's where the Troopers will take over for their next possession, their next drive, following that turnover from Jaden Martinez, fumbling, and then resulting in the touchback here for the Cougars. So Cougars couldn't do anything on their drive, 3-and-out. It's back to the Troopers. They've got the ball at their own 35-yard line to start off 1st and 10 situation. Let's go back to the phone lines right now, and let's welcome on Angel Torres. It is Pebble Hills Montwood. Angel, take it away.
With 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, Pebble Hills extends their lead over Montwood 35-7 with a 3-yard touchdown pass from Joe Fernandez to defensive end Dorian Jaramillo. Yes, an occasional goal line target. The Spartans went 3-and-out on their opening possession, but blocked the punt that was recovered at the Rams' 1-yard line. On the next play, Pebble Hills running back Zarian Quarles plunges in from 1 yard out for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. So with 3:33 remaining left in the third quarter, Pebble Hills is up 35-7 over Montwood.
Okay, good stuff there, Angel. I appreciate that. Wow, Pebble Hills distancing themselves in this one, 35-7 against Montwood. Let's go off to our Ignitify scoreboard right now, get you caught up with all the live scores as Eastwood has the ball, 2nd and 4 situation, ball at their own 41-yard line. Injury timeout here on the field as we continue. 915 Tours game of the week, the Franklin Cougars lead the Eastwood Troopers with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 30-17. Over to East El Paso, you just heard it. It's Pebble Hills up 35-7 against Montwood. Irvin with a 27-14 lead against Mountain View. That one about to go final. Let's see if we've got a final from Joe Rod here in just a little bit. Burgess with a 30-19 advantage against Horizon here right now. El Dorado leads Parkland 49-35. That one also going on right now. You heard from Joey Panisi. We'll make it official. 22. Clint is 22 and Austin 21. The Lions with a lead in this one. We'll wait to hear when this one goes final, and that is your Ignitify scoreboard here as we continue. Let's go back out to our rotation. Welcome back, Joe Rodriguez. It is Irvin Mountain View. Joe, take it away.
Oh, defense. 2:11 to go in the ball game, and it is Irvin leading Mountain View 27-21. The Mountain View Lobos just went 86 yards in 8 plays. Matt Lozar, the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season that was injured before the season started, connected with Chris Mendoza on a 41-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good to make it 27-21. Mountain View went for it on an onside kick and failed to convert, so Irvin's going to be getting the ball at the Mountain View 49-yard line. Irvin's just going to work the clock. Mountain View does have 2 timeouts left. It's sent back to you guys at equal. 2:03 to go in the ball game. It is Urban leads Mountain View by the score of 27-21.
What great stuff, Joe. Wow, that one became close too. 4A Magic, Paul. Irvin 27, Mountain View 21.
And for the second time tonight here at Eastern Trooper Stadium, Caleb Flores running down the left sidelines all by himself, and Andre Saenz overthrew him.
7:35 to go here in the third quarter. Cougars up 30-17. Eastwood ball. They've got it right around or right past near midfield at the Cougar 49-yard line. Like he said, Saenz comes back to pass here on this situation here, 2nd and 10, and it's going to be a great catch there. Call that a nice one right there by Caleb Flores all the way down to the Cougar 24-yard line. Nice pickup there by Eastwood. Injury timeout there, but the Troopers able to get something going through the air.
So they got tired of running the go routes. I'm surprised Flores wasn't tired running all the way down the field. Instead, they just ran it deep out. Flores makes the catch, makes a move, tiptoes down the sidelines, got about an extra 12 yards of that 27 just on his run after catch.
Let's go back out to the phone lines right now. It is El Dorado Parkland, and it's J.D. Sursley back with us. J.D., take it away.
All right, 2:04 left in the third quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 56, Parkland Matadors 36. When they scored the last time, it was Jesse Molina, number 7 quarterback, throwing to Jordan Reese, number 16 wide receiver, for an 8-yard touchdown. So that made them 36. And then right after, El Dorado gets it again and just drives it right down their throat. And Ryan Estrada, who else? 39-yard touchdown. And El Dorado's on the goal line again. So it is 2:04 left in the third quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 56, Parkland Matadors 36.
Okay, thank you very much, JD. Appreciate that. 3-score advantage for the Aztecs over the Matadors there. We'll keep an eye on that one to see if that one gets any closer or if El Dorado's able to continue to distance themselves. Troopers 1st and 10 on the move down to the 22-yard line. 30-17 is the score. Franklin leads. It is Saenz back to pass. Flag on the play. He finds his target. It is a touchdown pending this flag right here. And if this one stands, you know, it would be a nice touchdown pass there. They'd call it 22 yards out to Aiden Manhart, but it looks like this one's coming back.
And even after the play, they got hit with a celebration penalty. So
they're going to say an offsides on the offense, and that'll just replay first down there for the Troopers. Let's do this. Let's go back out to the phone lines right now. Joey Panisi is back with us. It's Clint leading Austin 22-21. Joey, take it away.
Well, don't know where to start. It's 22-21 Clint, and it's all in the hands of Anakin Torres, the Austin quarterback. He pitches it back, and he's down to the 10-yard line with 33.7 seconds left to play. Anakin has not had a very good game. It was 4th and long. He dropped back, and everybody from Clint was in the defensive backfield, and he scurried up the sideline for 19 yards and got him another first down. Well, now they're knocking on the door again from the 14. It's 2nd and 10 from the 14, and there's 33.7 seconds left. So
hang with us, Joey. What we're going to do is we're going to place you on hold, and we're going to come right back to you here in just a little bit, all right? So we'll keep with you in just a little bit. Great game. Austin trying to win this one. Clint up 22-21. Austin driving inside the red zone. See if they can score here on this one. Meanwhile, Eastwood attempts a deep pass on 2nd and 21. Ball at the Franklin 33. It looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference against the Cougars, and the Troopers will get a fresh set of downs here. Paul threatening to score and trying to cut into this Cougar lead.
Yeah, just throw it up to Jude Walker again. Let him try and make a play, and he doesn't make the catch, but he gets pass interference. You get the first down. You get out of jail. It was 2nd and 20. Oh, by the way, if offsides was the call in the previous play, and then there was a celebration penalty after the touchdown, the officials stepped off the 15 yards to accept that penalty, to assess that penalty. You would have had to given Eastwood the touchdown in the end zone. So I'm not sure what they did there. Maybe they should have hit him with the 5 and the 15. I think you have to decline the unsportsmanlike penalty to get rid of the touchdown, and obviously they didn't do that.
First down, a ball at the 12-yard line. The Troopers down to the 12-yard line, and it's Signs coming out back to pass. He's actually going to hand this one off on the delay counter. Chavita's going to go into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Cougars. Nathan Chavita with a big 12-yard rushing touchdown for the Cougars only up here 6 pending the extra point, and Troopers back on the board here, Paul. A nice drive. They were able to capitalize on it, and a nice run by Nathan Chavita.
And the first time tonight, some misdirection. A big-time counter. Everything flows to the right. Then he hands the ball to the little power back. He's their short yardage back. Chavira's Messer comes in and knocks one through and carries it in for the 17 yards. Remember Chavira, the 33-yard touchdown run to beat Odessa at Permian at Ratliff Stadium 3 weeks back.
Franklin leads Eastwood 30-24. I'm glad we kept that one to call the live touchdown here for you. Chavita with a 12-yard rushing touchdown. This is an excellent game. 30-24 is the score. Let's go out to another excellent game. It's Clint Austin right back to Joey Panisi. Joey, give us the latest.
Yeah, from Austin High School, Austin will be attempting a 10-yard field goal with 3.5 seconds left on the clock. Star Sal Duarte ran 10 yards up the left sideline to secure another first down. They were stopped twice, and they stopped the clock by downing the football. And now number 12, let me get him for you, Uriel Paniagua is back to kick the field goal. Let's see how he does. Anakin Torres, the quarterback, will be holding. So everybody's holding their breath. Clint calls a timeout to freeze him. Wouldn't you know it? So
hey, I appreciate it. We'll take it back here, Joey. Go ahead, Paul.
Adrian, I was just going to say that's the same Uriel Paniagua that kicked the 25-yard extra point to beat Asleta a couple of weeks ago. He's got the clutch gene. And remember, that's after Austin lined up to go for 2 points at the end of that contest. They got hit with a 5-yard penalty, pushed the extra point back. Paniagua came through, cool as ice, knocked it through for the game winner.
Yeah, let's reset the stage, though. It's Clint up 22-21 against Austin Panthers, attempting a 20-yard field goal here to potentially win this game. Back to you, Joey Panisi, here on the call.
Okay, they're still huddled on the sidelines. Paul, that Paniagua young man kicked a 28-yard point after when Oscar Flores was called back on his 2-point conversion. They sent him back an extra few. So you're right, he's Mr. Clutch. So Clint is on the field. Austin is still on the sideline. And this has truly been one of the best high school football games I've ever seen.
Great stuff, Joey. You just jump in here as soon as they're ready to play, and we'll go right back out to you, okay, Joey? Appreciate that. As the Cougars already crossing midfield thanks to an Ernie Powers run, 6:21 left here in the third quarter. Cougars up 30-24. Powers all the way down to the Eastwood 46-yard line.
15 yards, could have been 61 if Jaden Deal doesn't wrangle him down and knock him out of bounds.
On first down here for the Cougars, Ernie Powers, instead of being swallowed in the backfield, he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call that a gain of nothing. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Cougars.
Deal
ball
again
out
on the
there,
tackle.
46-yard line.
Deal one more time on the tackle. He's just running to the football from his corner spot.
No gain on the play right there. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Cougars. They're up 30-24 here on the play. We'll go out to Joey Panisi here right after this one here. Shotgun formation, trips to the left. Garza comes out. He's going to hand the ball off. That's Ernie Powers again. Gets it on the halfback counter. He's able to break a couple tackles down to the 30, 25-20, and then gets wrestled down near the 15-yard line. Ernie Powers, what a night for the Franklin tailback. Let's go back out to Joey Panisi. It is Clint Austin. Let's see if this field goal goes up. Joey, take it away.
You guys are 5 seconds short. The field goal was good. Paniagua comes through again. Clint is devastated. Austin is jubilant. But right now, there's only 5 seconds left on the clock, and Clint has a 22-21 lead over Austin from here at McKee Stadium.
Joey, give us that score one more time after the extra point. What was that one more time?
Oh, it's Austin 24. I'm sorry, Austin 24, Clint 22. after the
All right, thank you very
field
much,
goal.
Joey.
My bad.
Let's do
yes.
this. Let's do this. Let's place you back on hold. Let's allow this game to end. Austin with a 24-22 advantage over Clint here with 5 seconds left in 4A action out at R.E. McKee Stadium. We'll get to Joey Panisi here for a wrap of that one. An excellent game out of the 4A ranks, but Franklin all the way down inside the 3-yard line. It's Lucas Garza coming out, and he hands the ball off right up the middle, and that's going to be a rushing touchdown there for the Cougars.
There's loose ball in the end zone.
They might be calling this one and a fumble and then another touchback if that ends up being the case. That is the case. The Troopers force a fumble. That was a Treyu De La Riva on the carry. It's a fumble, and the Troopers will get it. Touchback situation. And yes, the Troopers get the ball back following a big turnover that they forced. 4:46 to go here in the third quarter. Franklin up 30-24. Paul bringing back in for this one. Could have gone up 2 scores there, Franklin, but ends up getting a turnover on their side. And now Eastwood gets the ball back at their own 20-yard line.
First real mistake of the night for Franklin. Let's see if it burns them the way the Eastwood errors have affected them in this contest. Looked like Jaden Deal in the backfield who jumped on that one. Remember, he's the Humble Summer Creek transfer. They were in the final game of 6A Division II last year. Got smashed by DeSoto, but he comes from good stock, and he shows right here for the Eastwood Troopers when they need him most.
Eastwood Troopers get the ball back here, and it's under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cougars up 30-24. What a great game this has been. Let's do this. Let's go back out to Joey Panisi. Let's get a final here. It's Austin leading Clint 24-22. Joey, take it away.
Key Stadium, Austin 24, Clint 22. Looks like the last play of the ball game. We had 4 seconds left. Nice little run, and he's tackled. He's tackled at the 25-yard line. That'll do it. So with no time left on the clock, the Austin Panthers come back after being down twice to outscore the Clint Lions 24-22. What a game.
Great job there, Joey. I appreciate it. We'll see you out at Union Draft House afterward. That is a final. Austin defeats Clint 24-22.
Here, Jude Walker, a 6-yard catch. And then Jaden Martinez, a 4-yard run right at the first down sticks. Eastwood 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
And it's Science who's going to come out. It's a screen play, and it's going to go to, that's going to be Chavita, I believe. Nope, that's going to be right there, Jaden Martinez, who catches that screen pass. And it's going to be ball at the 34-yard line. Let's do this. Let's go back out to Joe Rodriguez, who's been patiently waiting for us. This is an update. Irvin Mountain View. Joe, take it away.
Thank you very much, Adrian. All final out here in Montana Vista, where the Urban Rockets defeat the Mountain View Lobos by the score of 27-21. The Mountain View Lobos had the opportunity to get the ball with about a minute to go in the ball game to see if they could get the touchdown to get the game winner. Unfortunately, running into the punter negated that and gave the Urban Rockets the lead or the win here tonight for the Mountain View Lobos. They dropped to 3-4 in the season, 2-3 in district play, while Urban Rockets moves up to 4-2 overall, 3-1 in district play. Next week, the Urban Rockets face the Austin Panthers at home, while the Mountain View Lobos will travel to the Lower Valley to face Riverside. Let me go ahead and sit back to you all. I am done out here in Montana Vista. The Urban Rockets defeat the Mountain View Lobos by the score of 27-21.
Good stuff there, Joe. We'll see you out at Union Draft House, our post-game destination, as it is 4th and 7 out here. 915 Tours game of the week. Cougars up 30-24. Eastwood's going to go for a 4th and 7 at their own 34-yard line, and the pass is caught there by the Troopers. They cross midfield all the way down to the 40-yard line, and credit none other than Caleb Flores there. Paul on the nice pass catch there for the Troopers, now all the way into Franklin territory.
Same out route they ran on the previous possession. They went for 27. Caught it, barely that ball just squeezed in there, turned it up. Remember, Caleb Flores is the guy, he wouldn't even be on the field if Fabian Penaloza was still healthy, went down in that Socorro game a week after Eastwood lost their starting quarterback, Joseph Cox. Both of those two out for the season. But Flores, And looking like he belongs. Some big catches in this one.
3 minutes to go here, third quarter action. Franklin up 30 to 24, but Eastwood on the move down inside the 40-yard line against Franklin. They get up another first down thanks to Nathan Chavita. Let's do this. Let's go back out to the phone lines. It's Angel Torres, who's also been patiently waiting, and it's Pebble Hills taking on Montwood. Angel, take it away.
With 8:40 remaining in the fourth quarter, Pebble Hill leads Montwood 35-7. The Rams were inside the red zone, but they had, which had been the issue all night long, but an air snap goes over the head of Rams quarterback Damian Briano. Crazy thing, it happened again once they received the ball for the second time. Pebble Hills is back inside the red zone. And, they were looking to score. Joe Fernandez just got tackled for a gain of 2 yards. But Pebble Hills still all over Montwood, 35-7, guys.
Great stuff, Angel. Appreciate that. As we continue back over here to our 915 Tours Game of the Week, and it is an interception there by Ramon Gonzalez for the Franklin Cougars. They picked off Eastwood quarterback Andre Sainz here in this one. That's Sainz' second interception, third turnover here for the Troopers, Paul, and I'll bring you back for this one. Unable to capitalize on the turnover that they forced. They put together a nice drive, but the Troopers, they will turn the ball over. Franklin takes over inside their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, and when you're having a score fest like these two teams do, where it's up and down the field, last guy to have the ball, these turnovers are just huge. Gonzalez' second big play of the night, remember he had the 30-yard kick return off the free kick that set up the Powers' 35-yard touchdown screen pass.
2:12 left here, third quarter action. Franklin leads Eastwood 30-24. Curious to see if Franklin will try to chew some clock up here on this drive. Let's do this. Let's go out to Sebastian Perez Navarro. A lot of fireworks going on in that Burgess Horizon game. Let's catch up with Sebastian next. Sebastian, take it away.
Thank you, guys. We have reached the finale of what has simply been a barn burner at Mustang Country. Tonight's affair ends 44-35. The Burgess Mustangs take away the victory. When we left you, the Horizon Scorpions scored a touchdown to make it 30-19. Burgess thought they iced it with a 39-yard touchdown run from Luke Dexter Quinn. But there is no running away from a Scorpion because it was Horizon's own Joshua Rezola, who returned a kickoff to make it 37-27 off the back of a converted 2-point attempt. Nonetheless, Burgess wasn't having it. Again, senior Luke Dexter Quinn runs in a touchdown, this time from 52 yards out to extend the lead past 40. But again, as we accounted for, you can't stop the Scorpion because Julian Williams finds Jacob Olivo for a 40-yard touchdown pass to make the Knights affairs 44-35. However, in crunch time, the Horizon Scorpions just couldn't get the onside kick. Burgess ran out the clock and achieved their first district victory. They move on to 2-3 in district, while Horizon remains with no wins in said district. A barn burner, and it ends in a classic. Luke Dexter Quinn with 5 touchdown runs tonight, and Julian Williams 4 touchdown passes, over 200 yards thrown, and the senior running back Quinn gets over 300 yards on the ground. Simply a stellar game at Mustang Country tonight.
Great job there, Sebastian. Appreciate that. Burgess finishing it off 44-35 against Horizon. We'll see you out there later tonight. Great job there by Sebastian Perez Navarro here as we continue. Our 915 Tours Game of the Week continues here, and the third quarter will wind down. Fourth quarter coming up. Franklin up 30-24, and 4th and 3 coming up for Franklin. They'll let this drive stall. This one went a quick 3 and out, and that'll mean we'll take a timeout here as well. Week 7 action continues. Football Friday night, fourth quarter action here for our 915 Tours Game of the Week. We'll run down our Ignitify scoreboard next. Plenty of finals in the books across town, and we'll bring you the finale of this one. It's a one-score game, and it's Franklin up 30-24. You're listening to Football Friday night right here, 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, we are back here. It is Week 7 action of Football Friday Night. I'm Adrian Broadus. Along with me is Paul McKinnon. We are here for our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Franklin leads Eastwood 30-24. Timeout Troopers as they have the ball 3rd and 10 at their own 49-yard line, approaching midfield. Let's go to our Ignitify scoreboard right now as we continue. A lot of games in the books, a lot of final scores all across the city of El Paso. Franklin, just like I mentioned, leads Eastwood here in this matchup 30-24. Pebble Hills on top of Montwood in another 6A matchup, 35-7. Irvin, this is the final score out of the 4A ranks, defeats Mountain View 27-21. Del Valle defeats Hanks, and they blank them 71-0. Burgess finishes off Horizon 44-35. Austin defeats Clint, rallies back in this one to win it by a game-winning field goal, 24-22. The Panthers get it done at home tonight. Also want to mention this one. This one's about to go final. El Dorado Parkland. Let's do it. Let's go out to J.D. Sursley. He has the latest for this one. J.D., take it away.
All right, so it is 6:27 left in the fourth quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 70 to your Parkland Matadors 36. The last two scores for El Dorado: number 6, Adrian Olivas does a 7-yard run, touchdown on the goal line. Parkland has the ball right now, but the previous drive that they had, they should have got a free first down, but the rest missed it on a 4th and 5. The El Dorado Aztecs jump off sides. They missed the call, so they turn over on downs. And then Ryan Estrada seems like he's probably done for the game. I mean, why not? He already has 6 touchdowns, 258 yards. It's an onslaught. And then the last score came from number 4 quarterback Elijah Issa, 39 yards run up the right side. So it's 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. El Dorado Aztecs 70, Parkland Matadors 36. Parkland has the ball.
All right, good stuff there, JD. Appreciate that. Give us a call when you're done and you've got a final score, and we'll go back out to you. Eastwood ball, they have it at the Franklin 40. Paul, they were able to convert on 3rd down, and now the Troopers officially driving here down to the Franklin 40-yard line, facing 2nd and 10 here. It is a pass that is complete. It won't be enough for the first down, but it will be enough to cut into that yardage that they needed to gain. Make that 3rd and about 3 here for the Troopers as they face another one going down to the Franklin 33-yard line.
Yeah, nice hands catch by Walker coming back to the ball. Alex Sanchez, a huge pickup, 3rd and 10, the 11-yard gain. Hadn't been a great night for him, but a big catch there as Eastwood looks to take the lead here.
Science hands the ball off. This one's going to go out to his star. It's Jaden Martinez, who easily gets the first down on 3rd and short and gets more all the way down to the Franklin 20-yard line. Eastwood officially on the move. Under 10 minutes to go. Franklin leads Eastwood 30-24. It's our 915 Tours Game of the Week. Eastwood comes out shotgun formation, fakes the handoff. They're going to throw it here, and it's a quick pass on the play action. It is an incomplete pass, and coaching staff felt like the running back there, Chavita, was grabbed in that situation.
Yeah, little flat route again, boot right that they like to throw. It's been successful tonight, but Martinez, there was some contact, but the ball was a couple of yards away from him. Martinez didn't have a chance on that one.
It's Andre Sines coming out shotgun formation. Chavita in the backfield with him. 2 receivers both ways. Shotgun formation, fakes the snap. He's going to throw it. It's a slant pass, and it's is on the catch. That's another first down. 1st and goal situation. Ball at the 9-yard line all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal for the Troopers, down 6 points. Trying to take another lead here in this game, Paul.
Sines throws little darts. It worries me. He kind of drops down from the side like a submarine pitcher. Not quite that severely, but you wonder if he has a little pressure in his face, some big offensive linemen, if he's going to be able to get it over the top of them. So far, so good. 1st and goal from the 8, looks like.
Nathan Chavita in the backfield with Sines. Sines going to drop back to pass, and he's going to get stuffed. It's a sack there by the Franklin defense, an impressive one. I'll say that one right there, and credit.
Stone Jessup coming off the edge, and you got to credit the coverage as well, because for the first time tonight, Sines ready to let the ball go, recocked it because where he was throwing, it wasn't there, and Jessup just blew him up coming off his right side.
Call that a loss of 9. Ball at the 17-yard line. line, under 9 minutes to go here. Cougars up by 6 points. Troopers trying to get on the board, trying to get some touchdown on the board here to cut into this Franklin lead. It's an empty tray here for the Eastwood Troopers. Signs comes out. Trips to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Ball at, like I said, the 17-yard line. Looks to the end zone. Pass incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 17-yard line here, under 8:30 to go in the 4th quarter.
8:29 left in this one. You know, Eastwood could conceivably kick a field goal, cut this thing to 3. I don't see that happening. That's just not the way that these Troopers and their head coach Julio Lopez, an ex-Montwood Ram high school player under Chuck Valise, play things.
Let's go back out to another game, or actually let's stick with this one. Let's stick with this one right here. 3rd and goal, ball at the 17-yard line. Eastwood drops back. Signs is going to look for the end zone, and he can't find his target. He was looking for another, maybe a pass interference, maybe some kind of penalty, but can't bait the ref for that one. It's going to bring up 4th down, and it's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 17-yard line.
Same play they ran to Martinez in the first half. I think it was that 28-yarder all the way down to the one. This time it was the running back Chavira running the seam route out of the backfield. Actually, Signs does a nice job, puts a lot of touch on that ball, just floated it and almost got it there. Chavira, not the biggest guy, not the fastest guy, probably not the most agile, not able to reel that one in at the 1 yard line.
It feels like you have to. Messer coming out to attempt a field goal here, 4th and goal situation, ball at the 17. But a kick is up, and it is good here.
Woo.
And I like it. They're cutting into this one as the 6-point lead. Now make it 3. It is Franklin up 30-27, 8:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. Let's do this. Let's go out to Angel Torres out for another game. It's our 6A matchup, Pebble Hills Montwood. Angel, take it away.
With 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, Pebble Hills is still all over Montwood, 38-7. But Montwood is inside the 10-yard line attempting to score. Before that, there was a 30-yard field goal by number 30, Michael Malugi. One thing that is happening in this game is that we are being delayed a little bit because tempers are flaring as a slew of unsportsmanlike penalties have been thrown on both teams. But as of right now, Montwood is trying to score. They're inside the 10 on Pebble Hills, who lead 38-7 with 3:33 remaining. Guys?
Excellent stuff, Angel. Appreciate that. You heard it right there. 38-7, Pebble Hills on top of Montwood. As we continue here, our 915 Tours game of the week. As we continue, it's Franklin up 30-27. You like the call there by Eastwood to kick the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down, Paul.
Yeah, I didn't say I liked it. I said that was an option, and they took the option. Actually, they didn't have much of a choice. How about your big sophomore left-footed kicker with the 35-yard? Call that a bomb at the high school level. By the way, Malucci from Pebble Hills just added another field goal, the one of many from that Malucci family.
Excellent stuff right there. I like it. We're going to do this. Let's take a timeout right now. You're listening to our 915 Tours game of the week. It is Franklin, Eastwood, and it's Franklin up 30-27. You're listening to Football Friday Night Week 7 right here, 600 ESPN El Paso.
hometown to national. Sports spoken here. 600 ESPN El Paso is KROT El Paso, a Town Square media station.
All right, welcome back. It is week 7. It is Football Friday night, and we're here. It's Bo Bagley who is out this week. It's Adrian Broadus filling in for him, and I'm alongside Paul McKinnon. 6:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Our 915 Tours game of the week. Franklin leads Eastwood 30-27, and Franklin is playing the clock game, trying to chew some clock. 2nd and 8. Ball at their own 43-yard line. Garza comes out, hands the ball off. It's Ernie Powers who's going to take the play and go all the way up, or I should say down now, to the 49-yard line of Eastwood. Crosses midfield and give them a first down, and the clock will continue to tick.
Huge first down, 6:15 on the clock. They looked in jail after a holding penalty, first down and 20, but Powers up the middle for 12. Powers one more time, left side for 8, and the first down and a new set of downs. And as I said, Franklin just got out of jail. They want to throw another few first downs on the board in this one and get out of here with a tight win.
Let's go out to another game here in just a little bit. Actually, a fumble on the play. It looks like Eastwood's going to fall on that one right there. Both teams say that they have it. It was a fumbled snap. Let's see what happens when this is all sorted out. Oh, this would be huge. I mean, Franklin was down to about the 48-yard line of Eastwood. If this is Franklin ball, this will be 2nd, maybe 11. But on the flip side, if the Troopers end up with the ball, they'll have it with great field position. Nope, they're going to say Franklin ball, 2nd down situation. And that's right, 2nd and 12. Ball at the Franklin 49.
And it looked like the quarterback, Lucas Garza, at the bottom of that pile. If you're a self-respecting defender, you can't let the quarterback grab that ball. 2 guys had it at the same time. One Eastwood defender and the Franklin Cougar Garza. And he just wrestled it away, I guess.
5:29 left here in the game. Cougars up 30-27, our 915 Tours game of the week. Let's do this. Let's go switch it over to Angel Torres here in just a little bit. Actually, he's going to call us here for a wrap, and then we'll get to J.D. Sursley also for a wrap of those 2 games. We'll stay here as Ernie powers through. It is a 13-yard pickup all the way down to the 36-yard line of Eastwood, and Franklin able to get a first down despite a 2nd and long situation.
Yeah, Powers is rumbling now, and I'm not sure the Eastwood defense can do anything about it. Actually, Franklin got jobbed on the play. Remember the fumble? Well, that was recovered by Franklin. Should have been a continuing clock. They stopped the clock, never ran it, and never did run it until Franklin ran another play. No timeouts were called. They stole about 30 seconds from the Cougars.
5 minutes to go in this game. It's Garza who hands the ball off. Again, Powers up the middle, gets maybe 1 on the pickup, down to the 35-yard line here in this game. Under 5 minutes to go. Franklin up 30-27. Let's go back to our Ignitify scoreboard. Other final scores out of the 4A ranks. Irvin defeats Mountain View 27-21. Austin rallies back to defeat Clint on a game-winning field goal 24-22. And then going over to the 5A ranks, Del Valle blanks Hanks 71-0. Over here, it's 2nd and 9. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left. Handoff goes. It's Della Riva who gets it, and he picks up maybe 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. 4:20 left here in the game.
259 yards now for Ernie Powers on the ground, but they all mean nothing if these guys can't pick up a 3rd and 7. They've got 2 downs to do it.
Right around 4 minutes to go. Cougars with a 3-point lead. Ball at the Eastwood 33-yard line. You assume the Franklin Cougars will go for it as well, knowing where they're at here in this one.
Inside of 4 minutes.
Garza is going to come out. It's a shotgun situation. Under 10 to go on the play clock. Let's see what they do here, or if they take a timeout when it's all said and done. 3:45 to go here in the game. Garza comes out, and yes, he's going to take the snap. He fakes like he's going to throw it, run it, and he throws it to Ernie Powers, who catches it 10-5. Touchdown, Franklin. What a play there by the Cougars, and it was a fake delay run by the quarterback. He comes back, and it's a jump pass to Ernie Powers. 33-yard touchdown for the Cougars. Wow, what a play there, Paul.
And that's when you talk about out scheming somebody. That's just a trick play at the perfect time. The first thing Franklin did was let the clock tick all the way down. They almost got flagged for delay. They snapped that thing with about a half second on the clock. And then the quarterback made a little fake Garza, acted like he was running to the left side. Then he pulled up and threw the little jump pass, the Bronco Nagurski jump pass from the 1930s. And Powers ran under it, had a man by him, but just shook him off. 33 yards into the end zone. As good as Powers has been on the ground tonight, you heard he's run for 259 yards. The 2 receptions, the 35-yard throwback screen, and that 33-yard score off the jump pass. The 2 biggest plays in what's looking like a Franklin victory. You don't want to jinx them with 3:36 left in the game. They just retried the extra point. Up and good from J.P. Soto.
Is that the 3rd total touchdown for Ernie Powers tonight?
He had a long touchdown run as well, did he not? Two receiving.
Yeah, I'm throwing you on the spot there, Paul. But nonetheless, Franklin up 37-27, 3:34 left here in this matchup of 1-6A play. Let's do this. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, more of Football Friday Night Week 7 action. We'll run down the scoreboard, our Ignitify scoreboard as well. Franklin leads Eastwood 37-27. You're listening to high school football right here on 600 ESPN El Paso.
600ESPNElPaso.com.
All right, we are continuing here, Football Friday Night Week 7 action out here at our 915 Tours Game of the Week from Eastwood High School. Franklin leads Eastwood 37-27. And while we were on the break there, Paul, it was a 4-and-out there, turnover on downs for the Troopers. Now victory formation here for the Cougars.
Yeah, Eastwood had a shot. Caleb Flores on the deep out to the left side just stumbled coming out of his break. The ball whizzed right over him as he was falling down. And, of course, they just went back to the seam route to the running back. Jaden Martinez couldn't make that one work. A little overthrown, and that's going to be the night for the Eastwood Troopers.
Let's go out to J.D. Sursley, a final from El Dorado and Parkland. J.D., take it away.
All right, so the clock finally strikes 0 and ends the suffering for Parkland Matadors. It is El Dorado High School 77, your Parkland Matadors 36. Jaden Macias, number 24, running back for your Parkland Matadors, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jesse Molina, the quarterback, ends the night with 209 passing yards with 1 touchdown. And, of course, the 2 workhorses for your El Dorado High School Aztecs, number 4 quarterback Elijah Issa, he ends the night with 212 passing yards, 2 touchdowns on the air, 125 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns on the ground. And, of course, the guy who's the man of the year so far, the Ryan Estrada, running back for El Dorado, 6 touchdowns, 258 yards. Final, El Dorado Aztecs 77, Parkland Matadors 36.
All right, that's the final right there. Thank you very much, J.D. Sursley. Angel Munoz. Let's get Angel Torres on one last time as well before we wrap up our broadcast here for Week 7 of Football Friday Night. Want to mention this that just happened right now. Ernie Powers races away. It was a 40-yard rushing touchdown there. His 4th total touchdown tonight, Paul, and well over 300 yards here for the junior.
Second touchdown run of the night for him. He had a 40-yarder also earlier. 299 yards I have him for on the evening. Yard shy of his first 300 game ever. I'm sure by the time the stats will come back, it'll be his first 300 game ever.
Oh, no doubt about it. 44-27 is the score for the Franklin Cougars over the Eastwood Troopers. This is one of the 2 games going on here across El Paso. All these others, final. Let's get you final scores. Irvin, 27. Mountain View, 21. Del Valle blanks Hanks, 71-0.
Wow.
And then from earlier today as well, Burgess defeats Horizon, 44-35. That ended up being a shootout. Austin defeated Clint, 24-22, and then a final. You just heard from him, J.D. Sursley, El Dorado 77, Parkland 36. Let's go back out to Angel Torres. It is another game that we've got. Pebble Hills, Montwood. Angel, take it away.
The game has gone final as the Pebble Hill Spartans jump all over the Montwood Rams 38-7 at the Student Activity Center. Spartans running back Zarian Quarles finished the game with 26 carries for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns. That puts him 74 yards shy of 1,000 for the season. Pebble Hills quarterback Joe Fernandez only went 4 for 11 for 51 yards, but he did throw 2 touchdowns. For Eastlake, now 3-3. They are 2-0 in the division, in the district, and host Eastwood next week. While Montwood is 1-5, 1-1 in District 1-6A, travels to Coronado. But from the SAC, it is a final. Pebble Hills 38, Montwood 7.
Great job, Angel. We'll see you out at Union Draft House tonight. Hey, they've got over 100 beers on taps, and they've got 6 locations across El Paso. Union Draft House has food and drink specials daily. They're located off Tierra Este, Eastlake, George Dieter, Sunland, Canyons at Cimarron, and now open off Trans Mountain. That's Union Draft House. Follow them on social media at the Union Draft House to learn more about daily specials. Back out here at Eastwood High School, 2:30 left in this one. Franklin leads Eastwood 44-27, Paul, as we've got other final scores here that you want to talk about.
Yeah, just scrolling around Riverside, 56-21 over San Eli. I'm sure that one's done by now. Just as there's still time on the clock here, Eastwood and Franklin, but this one's done for sure. Powers with a 40-yard TD run down the left sideline, put him to bed.
No doubt about it. And again, running down our Ignitify scoreboard one more time. Franklin up big in this one, 44-27, 2:26 to go in this game, as there's an injury timeout on the field. While we do that, we'll run down the scoreboard once again, Pebble Hills defeats Montwood 38-7. That's the finish there for the Spartans getting another win in 6A play. Irvin defeats Mountain View 27-21. Del Valle blanks Hanks 71-0. Austin rallies back to defeat Clint in a key 1-4A matchup, 24-22. You heard that earlier today from Joey Panisi. What a matchup that ended up being. El Dorado hung 77 points tonight. They defeated Parkland 77-36. Burgess outlasts Horizon 44-35. Back out here to Eastwood High School.
Couple other scores, Adrian. Chapin takes down El Paso High 42-16. They remain with one loss in that district. Canditillo shuts out Jeff 51-0. Isleta does the same to Fabens 64-0. Isleta still with just one loss in that 4A district. And as we just mentioned, Riverside stays unbeaten on the season and in their district, 56-21 winners over San Elizario.
So with the win tonight, Pebble Hills will improve to 2-0 in district play. 3-3 overall. Meanwhile, Montwood falls to 1-2 in district play and 1-6 overall here tonight. Eastwood gets a nice play on second and long. It is a complete pass to Jude Walker, and they go all the way up to about the 46-yard line. First down here for the Troopers. 2:13 left in this one. Cougars up 44-27 here as time is just simply ticking, and it seems like Eastwood trying to just get any sort of offense going on their side. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to El Paso Community College, one of our supporting sponsors here on Football Friday Night. EPCC has over 145 programs and degrees. They're not just a classroom. Many programs are workforce training. That means you can be certified and on the job in as little as 12 months. 55 years serving the borderland, and for high school athletes and parents, El Paso Community College offers baseball, softball, and cross country. In fact, EPCC has one of the most recognized cross country programs in the nation. Learn more about them at epcc.edu as we continue. Paul, I'll bring you back in for this one. There's been some great opportunities and some great options, I should say, for our senior player of the night. You can look a lot of different spots here tonight for this match, for this one here tonight. Unfortunately for Ernie Powers, he is the junior. He's the lone junior of the crew here for tonight's matchup, and he was probably the standout. But you look back to Luke Dexter Quinn, who went for 300+ and 5 rushing touchdowns for Burgess tonight in their 44-35 win. I think that's a warrant for our senior athlete of the night.
And that was a big game. Horizon and Burgess pretty evenly matched. I mean, the scoreboard and Sebastian told us that. Luke Dexter Quinn, 5 TDs as Burgess gets a big win. And remember, it sets up that big matchup next week against Andrus. Burgess hoping they could get among Andrus and Hanks. Hanks got smashed tonight by Del Valle for that 4th and final playoff spot in the district. Remember, Hanks beat Burgess by 7 points. Andrus beat Hanks by 7 points. So the Burgess Mustangs are thinking, hey, if we can beat Andrus next week by 8 or more, we very well could be the 4th and final playoff representative from an extremely tough District 5A Division II this year.
1:38 left here in this matchup. Penalty goes against the Cougars. It's the Troopers who are now in scoring position here with just over 90 seconds left in this matchup right here. Again, Franklin up 44-27. Let's see what Eastwood does here on this possession.
Yeah, just window dressing. You love the fight from Eastwood. You wouldn't expect anything less. So we said district champs. Last 2 years, 3 out of the last 4, if you go back to 2020 when they went undefeated. But Troopers going down, 3 scores down in this one. They've done some miraculous things over the last several years.
Signs pass is complete on 1st and 10. It was at the 19. Call this one down to the 11. A nice pickup of about 9 on the play here for the Troopers. Less than 90 seconds and rolling down here in this matchup.
Yeah, didn't get the first down. You can't do that. Got to throw it past the stick, so the clock continues to run.
It's Signs who looks inside, passes inside, and that is going to be incomplete. He threw down the middle, and his pass was nowhere near his target. looking for Jackson, their tight end. Just not happening there. 3rd and short here coming up for the Troopers. Ball at the Franklin 11. 1:17 left in this one. Franklin up 44-27. Zion's going to drop back. He looks to the end, or actually to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete, but flags fly. That's going to be pass interference, I think, or defensive holding here as we're right around a minute left here in this game.
Yeah, looking for Caleb Flores again. And if you're looking for positives for these two Troopers, I would say Flores is one of those. Had some big catches in this one, some run after catch. Remember, he's the kid that they're plugging in for Fabian Penaloza, who's no longer playing. He was Eastwood's go-to receiver. 200-yard games back-to-back versus Chapin and Odessa High. They miss him sorely, but at least they know they're going to get some production from the Flores kid. 7 catches, 97 yards in the East Lake loss a week ago, and represented himself well again here tonight.
Awesome stuff. Let's continue quickly on our Ignitify scoreboard. A couple other final scores like we mentioned earlier. Just want to highlight again, Pebble Hills defeats Montwood 38-7. And also from earlier today, Del Valle defeats Hanks, and they blank them 71-0. There's a timeout on the field. Let's do this. Let's take a timeout with them. We're out at Eastwood High School. Franklin all over Eastwood here late. 44-27. Eastwood down to the Franklin 3-yard line, trying to score here on a 1st and goal situation. We'll take a timeout right now. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up here. Football Friday Night Week 7 continues and winds down here on 600 ESPN El Paso. All right, we are winding it up here. Football Friday Night Week 7 action. It is wrapping up here. It is a final out here, our 915 Tours game of the week. Franklin 44, Eastwood 27. Troopers were unable to score there on a goal line situation, Paul, and that is how this one will wrap up. Ernie Powers just around 300 rushing yards and 4 total touchdowns here tonight. What a night for him.
Yeah, and I found it interesting defensively for the Cougars on that final stop. Even with 30 seconds left, Eastwood about to score a meaningless touchdown. Who makes the tackle? Well, your buddy Jordan Martinez is still in there. And who comes from the other side? Ernie Powers. Powers and Martinez, maybe the 2 best players on your team, still on the field in a game that's already done. They didn't want Eastwood to score any more points in this one. They don't. Not only do they want the win, they want to make sure that they win by 17.
Special thanks to you, Paul McKinnon, here tonight. Special thanks to Angel Munoz. One last time, our Ignitify scoreboard. Franklin defeats Eastwood 44-27 here tonight. 915 Tours game of the week. Pebble Hills defeats Montwood 38-7. Irvin defeats Mountain View 27-21 in another key 1-4A game. Austin rallies back to defeat Clint 24-22. Del Valle all over Hank 71-0. Eastlake 42, Socorro 7. Burgess 44, Horizon 35. Austin, like I mentioned, 24-22 winners against Clint. And then one last score, El Dorado 77, Parkland 36. Special thanks to Angel Munoz. Special thanks to all our reporters. Bo Bagley back in action next week. But for Adrian Broadus, myself, for Paul McKinnon, we are signing off and we are saying so long. Thanks for listening to Week 7 here at Football Friday Night right here on 600 ESPN El Paso.